for the life of me cannot work this dang thing. I, for one, can do a backflip, unlike the real Afro Ninja. They just woke up, huh? Well, I got a class at 6, so I'm luckily I don't have to deal with the fact that I have to wake up at 8. But I do have to worry about that on Wednesday and Friday. Yeah, it is. I was watching videos today, and you just had this in my head, just like, might as well do it. My class doesn't start until 6. Might as well waste some time with a nice little live stream, and also with a topic that I like. No, you will never see this backflip. Yeah, never. Just because I can do it doesn't mean I can do it successfully 100% of the time. 6 p.m. Yeah, see, I was trying to schedule it. My live stream for 12 o'clock Pacific time or whatever, but the stream was like, no, you're gonna start at 2, and then and in some cases it's like you're gonna start at this time. It's like, I don't know how to work you're not working for me, so I just said, screw it, just gonna start it now, I guess. There. There's Mario Part 2 or Superman. Definitely Sonic versus Mario, because I don't care what anyone says. This is not going to be a debate on Goku versus Superman, but if you're going to take every Goku and every Superman, Superman's going to win. That's just how that works, alright? I don't want another Goku versus Superman, please. Christ's sakes. Ultra Instinct is dope, but it's actually very flawed. Extremely flawed if you really look at it. What's up? If this stream is just gonna be me saying hi and you guys saying random stuff and not actually the Tirek thing, that's perfectly fine too. It just goes with the agreement of that the Tirek is in fact just the best villain of all time. Period. Video. Best in what sense for the villain? The fact that he's the most intimidating, did the most work out of any of the villains in all of MLP so far, and pretty much curb stomps every other villain, bar none, due to what he has done during the runtime of MLP. Thoughts on White Diamond? She's creepy. Hopefully there's not an assimilation thing going along. No arguments here. See, there are certain people who think like Adagio is the best villain of all of MLP, which I highly disagree on, but it's like, no Season 8 spoilers. I don't know anything about Cozy Glow other than the fact that she's definitely a villain. What about Discord? T-Rex School Discord, in his own episode. Cozy Glow is the most intimidating villain. Right, a child. Look, I know she's gonna get more intimidating when she actually does reveal herself as like the true villain, but I highly doubt that I'm gonna be intimidated by her, whether or not you're joking. Just, I don't know. It's me, Betty. Yeah, I know, and I'm terrified at this moment. Mod, so you don't get spoiled. I do usually have a mod. He shows up every now and again. I'm not sure if he's up at this moment. Pinkie Pie is a true villain, mark my words. The thing I hate about Cozy is something with the development team subtlety. Yeah, not so much, not very subtle. Like when soon as she shows up, like in the episode, I definitely had suspicions about her, but I could defend certain things. But like, Super Crown Tirek, no, please, no Tirek edit. That's a mouthful. I think yeah, subtlety is not good with the writers at this point. They had better subtlety with Tirek. Only part I don't agree with is the work put into it. I think Chrysalis did more work than Tirek. Tirek single-handedly achieved the magic of all of Equestria, got the magic of all the princesses, while Chrysalis didn't even fight or go up against Luna. She was just hanging up there in the moon and was late. And he got Celestia, Luna, Twilight, Cadence, Discord, every single person of magic use in Equestria, destroyed the library tree, destroyed a symbolic thing, and had it be replaced with a castle. And you're telling me he didn't achieve more? Chrysalis controlled Twilight's brother, trapped Cadence in a dungeon, in a cave somewhere, and then due to her own hubris, she lost through the power of someone just breaking out of her restraints and just negating her magic. I don't see how that's better. Hello. Humans are the greatest villains in the MLP verse. Can't wait to actually see them. Imagine one of the main characters become a villain. Yeah, that'd be good. The most likely candidate of a person becoming a villain in the main character roster is, I hate to say it, but Luna again. But that just goes on with a little theory I have with the Pony of Shadows. But that's pretty much it. It's hard to adjust this thing. Alright. Imagine evil Fluttershy. Definitely imagine evil Fluttershy. Then get it out of your head, because that's just horrible. If Zoro was put against Ichigo, who would win? If Zoro was put against Ichigo, depending on which Ichigo you're going with, because I'm pretty sure final Ichigo can take on Zoro. Like, where Ichigo is right before he fights U-Hawk, I'm pretty sure Ichigo can win. And also considering that Zoro can't see Ichigo at all, either. Unless you want to take that rule away. But I still think Ichigo got it. Zoro's strong. He can cut a mountain in half and whatnot. It's pretty good. And we don't know the full extent of his abilities. But at the extent of the abilities that I see Zoro right now, Ichigo has it. Tirek's overall motivation, it's actually one of the better motivations. The fact that he is just a bad guy. See, I've said multiple... Again, this is also strictly opinion-based. I feel as though... I like to change my mind things that are actually on YouTube. I find that pretty interesting. But this is my viewpoint. And my viewpoint of seeing Tirek's overall motivation of him just wanting to take over the magic of Equestria and just be a tyrannical ruler and just be him. I find that to be just... I like villains like that. Why do you think people like villains in Disney, the old villains in Disney so much? Because they didn't hide the fact that they were villains. You could look at them. You could see them. You could see by their actions that they were just evil dudes. But now you have the villains that have to be either redeemed in some way, have like a motivation where you can kind of sympathize with and stuff like that. You like that in form of story, but then you get into the matter of you just want to see someone be bad. You just want someone to be evil. Don't pulling strings in the correct way, like Adagio, and not hiding the fact that they're evil. But it's also, I believe Tirek did it better. Power is the greatest motivation, in my opinion. And plus, he was betrayed by Scorpion in the beginning, and thrown into hell, got out of hell thanks to a little flub up on however Cerberus left, and worked his way back up to the top, and nearly succeeded. If it wasn't for, say it with me now, the magic MacGuffin that apparently saved the day because they lost. They will release Tirek when they need to make new toys. I would like that. Any reason to see Tirek again would be okay in my book. Tirek's best villain, I agree. I mean, the guy can drain the power of chaos being a guy who can do anything with a flick of his wrist. Yeah, and people usually say that once Tirek got the magic and became more, hulking red, that he was no longer smart. That he didn't have to use words and cunning and all that sort of stuff to get what he wanted, which I again have to solemnly disagree with. In fact, he pretty much kept his mind. He wasn't like the Hulk as soon as he as soon as he became big. He was still himself, just bigger and more powerful and using more means with this newfound abilities that he's got. Wait, when We say the best. Do you mean friendship is magic only? No other generations? No. No other generations. Basically, movie. Yes. Anything in Generation 4. When I say best, anything in Generation 4. I believe Tirek is the best villain in all of Generation 4. I haven't seen the full extent of Cozy Glow yet, but right now, at this current moment, Tirek is bar none best villain, and this is the change my mind segment. So are you talking about Tirek? Speaking of, I wonder how Tirek escaped in season 4 finale. People wonder that too. But the people say he escaped once the episode where the time doodads, the time shenanigans happened with Twilight. I think that was back in season 1 even. When Cerberus came out of Tartarus. And it was like, I guess he used that opportunity to escape. How did he get out of his cage? I have no idea. Train well. His speed, power, and potential. Yeah. The manipulation of Chrysalis is, in my mind, better than the brute force Tirek. The manipulation of Chrysalis, if I have to put it into my personal words, her somehow getting into Canterlot, throwing Cadence into a cavern, changing into Cadence, and using that Geist as a means to get all the love she needs from Shining. And then at some point gaining enough power to overpower Celestia herself. Her manipulation isn't quote-unquote manipulation, it's more of just pseudo mind control, considering that this girl was literally zapping the love away from his head, and he was just like a mind-numbed creature by the time Cadence got a hold of him. So manipulation in that terms, yes. But yeah, it's your personal view. You like manipulative type of villains. I like the guys who are not afraid to say, "Hey, I'm a bad guy, and someone gave me $10. Why do people do this?" All right, hold on, let me see. Hey, I gotta go. Just wanted to say you're awesome. Been here since the Beta Brony, and you're really the only reaction channel I watch now. Keep up the good work and see you around. Thanks. I am trash number 1. Don't #1. Don't say that about yourself. Granted, I do call myself Homestuck trash and a whole bunch of other different type of trashes, but dang, I don't like other people agreeing with that notion on themselves. But thanks for the $10. I really appreciate that, and I'm happy that I'm an entertainment to you. Okay, continuing on. Higher potential, manipulation, Tirek. Okay. Oh, jeez. Hate it when it does that. Now I'm lost in the chat. Evil Fluttershy may be likely, considering all the act she can put on it. Someone leads her the wrong direction, she may gain an uncontrollable personality. Well, the funny thing about that, I am trash, even though you're no longer here, let me just answer that. Jesus Christ, yes, you're right, considering that there were multiple episodes showcasing that if you give Fluttershy the wrong motive, and enough motivation in that wrong sense, she can become the worst character. And not worse as in, oh my god, you hate her, but oh my god, she can become an actual villain. And neither of this highlighted more than in both Putting Your Hoof Down and the most recent episode revolving around her getting 3 separate personalities. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna more. Yeah, she could have been more interesting if they used her better. Tempest could have been a more interesting villain if they used her better. In fact, if they just replaced Tempest with the Storm King, that entire movie would have been better for me, because the Storm King was just so disappointing in the realms of, hey, look at this figure. He's just an idiot with a staff. But Tempest did most of the work. It did most of the intimidation factor, and if it wasn't for her little sidekick, she would have been more intimidating. Sarmer had a similar goal of being a tyrannical ruler. He just didn't go far enough. I will commend, though, that on Somber's behalf of being such a, brilliant dude, making sure that he took so many measures to make sure no one knew the Crystal Heart was even in his castle is a commendable thing. It's just that Tirek executed his ambitions better. And yes, I agree. Thoughts on the big 3 and overhaul for My Hero Academia. Thoughts on the big 3. I can't really say much about the big 3 without getting into spoiler territory in the manga. So let's just say Mirio, I call him Mario. Mirio is fantastic. I'm kind of disappointed because in the manga, they have like a little timer at the bottom of the panels showing how long it took for him to just curb stomp all of Class 1A, and it's freaking fantastic. But I really would have appreciated the dude beat them in like less than 5 minutes. Like, they had no chance. I love Mirio. Mirio's amazing. Will we ever see Cerberus? From the last time we saw him, back in season 1 or 2-ish, I think. I don't know. We probably will. If we ever go back to Tartarus for whatever reason. Because if we ever go back to Tartarus, if he ever escapes again for some other reason, if the reason why he escapes comes back again, then yes, we will see Cerberus. Also, the older Disney villains were 3-dimensional and was a stupid good guy turned villain. Yeah, that's another good thing. Some of them were outright killed. Some were outright killed, trapped, imprisoned for eternity, that dark sort of thing. And it didn't have to have like this, like Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog was the last good, real, still 3-dimensional villain. Before they started going into more sentimental, and we have to really think about their feelings and emotions type of villains that we got in Disney. And that's why I loved old Disney. That is why I love Tirek. So that's my favorite, because evil, pop, and sexy lady. I watched the video saying who is the best villain of MLP, and I have to disagree with a lot of the guy's points and how he kind of overhyped the Dazzlings in a lot of ways. Like, his main reason for liking them is nothing but speculation, and I never really approve of that. And I get someone saying, prove it. Prove it how? Do you want me to explain everything that makes Tirek the best villain amongst the others? Or prove it in a sense that just give you one good example? I wonder what happened to Scorpan too. I want to see Scorpan. If Tirek ever comes back for whatever reason, or whatever happens, I would like to see Generation 4 or Generation 4's version of Scorpan. Scorpan in Generation 1, he was also a prince for some god knows reason. So I'd like to see what they do with that. Scar from yeah. But with hacks. Exactly the same. Have you seen the deleted Nala X Scar scene? No, I have not. I didn't even know that was a thing. How old is Tirek anyway? We have no clue. The timeline in MLP is so weird. The only timeline that we know is that the pillars came before Tirek, because the pillars made the tree, and Tirek was around when the tree was a thing, and blah, 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 blah. We don't know when Tirek and the Dazzlings really came into play. They could have came simultaneously. They could have come one after the other, because Star Swirl was a thing. Star Swirl worked with Scorpan, so he knew a little bit about camaraderie and not quote-unquote friendship. Since he worked with Scorpan, I think this is before he became the pillars, because he would have worked with the pillars to take out Tirek. So I think Tirek came before the Dazzlings. If you really look at the context, I think Tirek came before the Dazzlings, and the Dazzlings came after when the pillars were a thing, and then the pillars made the tree, and then Discord came. If you want me to make a timeline here, I'm gonna need time. But from what I get, if the pillars were around and they really were a group, they would have no reason, Star Sword would have no reason not to use their help to defeat Tirek when he came by, and not just use Scorpan's help. And they would have mentioned the fact that he had extra help when working with Scorpan. That, or they're making this up as they go along, so we just have to deal with the timeline as we see fit. Okay. I mean, since story, Scorpan tries to tell Tirek to stop, he refuses to listen to his brothers with Scorpan. Until Star Swirl the bearded. Yeah, and that's what I gotta say. That's where I am so far. I'm not entirely sure what was because we already know that before everything, we could say that the Pony of Shadow came before Discord. Discord came after Pony of Shadow, and that's when the pillars were gone, and which made Celestia and Luna have to take on Discord himself with the Tree of Harmony, and thanks to the Element Harmony from the Tree of Harmony. I would love to see all the villains work together, and maybe the main 8, including Sunset, would stop them. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd definitely like that. The video that I saw that really hyped up the Dazzlings was, I forget the actual name. Hold on, I think I might have it here. The best villain of MLP. I think that's just what it's called. And he emphasizes the fact that it was the Dazzlings, aka the Sirens themselves, who planted the seeds of evil, making it so that every other villain that we see so far was all because of them. And I highly disagree with that. Mostly because now that we know the actual timeline things, Tirek came before the Dazzlings. I'm pretty sure about that. Because the Pillars pretty much were wiped out immediately after they were banished. Thanks to the thing. So Tirek had to have come before Star Swirl banished himself to Limbo. So, no. Tirek was not influenced at all by the Sirens. Unless you're going to tell me that the Sirens did it somewhere all the time. I just don't agree with that. That's all speculation. Tirek had Twilight in her hands in his hands to get her magic right away. He throws her into a mountain. Sorry, that's I gotta say. I gotta like him too. That's all I got. I like him too much. Yeah, that's the only thing I can say too. He got him in his hands, but the thing is, I think he can't. I think if someone's resisting enough, he can't take away their magic. Like, the difference between Discord getting his magic taken and Twilight at that moment getting her magic taken. Discord was like completely taken aback. He was too busy wondering why is he getting betrayed, and then boom, he had his magic taken. While Twilight, she was in the middle of a fight with her, and Twilight was too busy struggling against him to really have her magic being taken. And from what it looks like, they can't have their magic be forcibly taken away from them unless you're strong enough to bear it. And at that moment, the fight was showing that they were equal in power, so he couldn't just overwhelm her. He had to beat her down a little bit more. So that's the only way I can defend him getting her and then throwing her into a mountain, then proceeding to ram her through said mountain. And it wasn't until she had to willingly give up the magic in front of him to get the magic. So that's the only way I can defend that. But nice little criticism though. I do see that. Tirek is more of a manipulator, while Chrysalis is a deceiver. Yes, definitely. You know, when you put it that way, yeah. Because when you have to use disguises, that is deceiving. Manipulating is that you are in plain sight and you're using only your words to get where you are now. To be fair, it's quite easy to fool the princesses. Remember when the changeling captured? Yep. Everyone off screen. Yep. It's really not hard. You're not really much of an achievement hunter when you dupe them. Yeah, I'm more fandom trash, but I'm a fan of a lot of things. Okay. I'm more into more cunning villains in the show. Tirek to me is just too over the top. I can't fault you on that because, you know, the fight scene already shows that over the topness is definitely there. So hey, I can get behind you on that. And I do like the over the topness that was it, because you don't expect it. You really don't expect that type of thing. And there's reasons why those types of villains intrigue me so much, because you got a villain to make, you could technically say, a pseudo-pacifist, a person who would rather not fight you with violence, and instead talk to you, to actually resort to violence because you blew up her tree. Like, immediately once Tirek blew up the tree, she's like, nope, I'm angry, I have this frustration, it needs to come out. In terms of feats, who would you say is stronger between Tirek and Pony of Shadows? Pony of Shadows tanked what was essentially Elements of Harmony ×2, and Tirek easily has the best destructive feats in the show. Yes, in forms of Pony of Shadow definitely had like hacks, because you had the Elements of Harmony with the pillars going at him, and he was resisting the crap out of them, resisting the heck out of them, and they had to resort to trapping him in limbo in order for him not to really take over the world, which is definitely impressive. Which is more, so it really is your preference. Would you rather be trapped in like nothingness, in a suspended animation, not aging, not even knowing that you're even there, you just don't exist anymore technically, or would you rather be trapped in hell inside of a cage forever? See, suspended animation means I don't know exactly what's going on, and I might be free later down the line, i.e. what Twilight was able to do. Tirek had to wait patiently inside of hell in order to get out, so it really is preference on that front. Tirek destroyed the tree, he destroyed a lot of mountains, and destroyed basically everything, and thanks to Starlight's little time manipulation, we were able to see if he was running rampant, more trees would have been destroyed thanks to him. Pony of Shadow definitely had like a good run. It's just that they didn't use him enough. That's the only problem with Pony of Shadow. I call him Mario too. Thank you. I'm happy I'm not the only one. I love Mario. He is love. I like Starlight Glimmer as a villain, but I guess she is ex-villain now. Discord was a pretty funny villain too. Discord had the charisma and the tactfulness, and the only reason why he lost is because he did not know that his magic failed, and it was due to the fact that he just didn't, you know, hurt people. He just liked to manipulate them and just let them do their own thing. But yeah, and Starlight, good dictator in the beginning, and just straight up time manipulator. In all actuality, if it wasn't for the fact that Starlight Glimmer's motivation for being evil didn't make her like villainhood plummet down to the ground for me, she would have been the best villain of MLP. She would have, if it wasn't for her motivation. Her motivation was so dumb to me, at least compared to Tirek, whose motivation is so straightforward, you cannot help but say, yes, okay, that's just who you are. But Starlight, you're messing with time. You became a tyrannical cult leader, all because your friend left you. Come on. Like takes. It's about time. Yeah. Hadro sucks at subtlety when it comes to conflicts and almost painful seeing how simple the answers are. I get the kid show, but yeah, which is why I appreciate Tirek and like villains who are straightforward like Discord, and also King Sombra, who are just there, and you know you don't have to think about it too hard. They are villains, and they're just being the best villains they could be. While you have like Cozy Glow, who's trying to be this like pseudo, hey, I'm a secret villain, and you won't know. But anyone with half a brain cell can understand that the overly cute personality is suspicious. Even in a show where you're in Talking Pony Land. Yeah. I already watched season 8, waiting for the final season. Just crazy speculations. Yeah, crazy speculations is what I'm good at, man. I love the fact that that me and X-Brony is talking about the best villain in MLP. Oh, Venom's coming out this week? Okay, I had some gripes with Venom, and I would not be watching it if it wasn't for Josh also wanting to watch it. I would have waited for it to come out on DVD, but since he wants to watch Venom, I'm willing to go to the movies with him. It seemed interesting enough. I'm interested in the premise that they have with Venom. Venom looks cool. It's just the only problem is there's no Spider-Man, and I'm one of the advocates to say you can have a Venom movie without Spider-Man, but if you're gonna have the Venom origin movie without Spider-Man, then I have some problems. So they have a high cliff for me. They're on the low ground here. I'm at the high ground. They have to get off to my level to see if this movie's really gonna be good. But I have hope for it. I'm not gonna walk in there with negative emotions. I can tell you that much. Rip Library. That, oh god, it still hurts me. Yeah, and plus Tirek was a Gen 1 villain. So them taking a Generation 1 villain, bringing him into Generation 4, and then executing him just as well, if not a little bit better than what Generation 1 did. Tirek in Generation 1 was this force and just a presence. You know how people say how Adagio was just like immediately when she comes on screen, you can already feel like some type of tension and uneasy feeling around her? I got that same feeling when you first see like Tiny Tirek when he's about to take the magic of that one guy. But once Tirek shows up on screen in Generation 1 in Battle for Midnight Castle, done. It was such a, like, he just walks into frame. It's like, oh god, oh, this is a centaur. Oh man, he's like all the negative things that you could put together. A human and a pony. Yeah, we already know that they've been trapped in limbo with Stygian for over 1,000 years. See, that's the only thing. It's like, this was 1,000 years ago. This was over 1,000 years ago. If you want to do a base through line, 1,000 years ago had to be with Luna. Alright? That is like the through line base 1,000 years ago, because it was like a prophecy. 1,000 years. On the dot, she was going to come back. Alright, 1,000 years ago. Now, everything that happened, Discord came by. Luna was still good, so Discord probably definitely came before for Nightmare Moon. So you have Discord, and then you have the Tree of Harmony, which was established. So the Tree of Harmony was made, meaning that Stygian and all of them were still in limbo. So let's do the next villain of Stygian and them. So the Pony of Shadow came by. Then you had the Dazzlings, because they showed up pretty much almost before Stygian wanted to do the thing, and he felt really left out. And then you have Tirek, who came in, and this is before the pillars were really united. I'm getting somewhere. I believe I am. I'm going to see Superman 2 this week. Oh, Spider-Man 2. My cursor was in the way. Spider-Man 2 this week. Neat. Avoid looking at YouTube recommendations. There are spoilers everywhere. Trust me, I know, man. I know, man. I know, man. I saw one thumbnail, and I'm like, okay. Happily enough, I know no context, so I have absolutely no clue what's going on. But there is one thumbnail, so I am looking out for those, man. Trust me. Like, this video subject came out of nowhere. Yep, definitely came out of nowhere. Because I was watching videos about who's the best villain of MLP? Who's the best villain of MLP? And so many of them are saying Adagio and, like, not Tirek. I'm like, why do you not want Tirek's the best? So I'm like, oh, I got until, like, 6 hours till I gotta go to class. Might as well do this little fun thing. Really, the Dazzling's lame. Tell me about it. Look, I love the Dazzlings. They're like second best, almost third best, if not third best on my list. So don't get it twisted. But I just don't think they planted the seeds of evil and were the main cause for every other villain to show up. That is dumb in my opinion to think. Hey, I think I know what this list you're talking about. Yeah, I enjoy her gushing. Dazzling is a huge fan too. But yeah, I think bit overhyped in it. Yeah, a little bit overhyped. I get, yeah, but in my personal view, I see their singing and how turning people into with negative emotions as a temporary thing. That and it also, if that's the case, that undermines every villain. So you're telling me because the seeds of evil were planted due to the Dazzlings, Sombra became a tyrannical leader because of it. Luna's jealousy toward her sister would not have occurred without the Sirens. All these people who had their own motivations and had their own tactfulness to be evil only stemmed from the Dazzlings, and I think that's just undermining. I don't like that. And since it's only speculation, I have right to undermine it. Okay. See the zebras, to be honest. Yeah, I want to see more zebras. I hope they have an episode in, like, the final season that shows more of, like Zecora's family or something. I want to see more Zecora representation here. More of a title. Couldn't agree more with the title. Tirek also had to fight the strongest form of Twilight, which was basically fighting 4 alicorns at once. Yes! While the Dazzlings, they couldn't even handle the main 6 plus 1. That's it. They couldn't handle the main 6 plus 1. And you could attribute that to them not being as powerful as they were back in the day. But then they also got beat by the Pillars. And I'm pretty sure the Pillars are strong, but not stronger than 4 alicorns at once. The best villain is absolutely Voldemort. Definitely so. Hey man, I definitely think Tirek may be one of the best executed villains, but Chrysalis' concept is absolutely terrifying when looking at it subjectively. I feel a bit more, robbed, honestly. My stance on Tirek is how they were executed in the show, not I'm not basing anything on speculation. I'm not saying, man, if Tirek wasn't beaten by Rainbow Power, he would be so massively huge. He would have spanned across Equestria, gotten to other races and took away their magic, would have gotten to those you know, the race that Autumn Blaze is in. He would have gotten more magic and became more huge. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying purely on the execution that he was during his 2-parter, and that's it. When it comes to Chrysalis, her execution did not live up to what the execution of Tirek was in my eyes. That's it. So you're saying But the concepts of absolutely terrifying, how you feel about it being absolutely terrifying on Chrysalis' end, I can get with you on that. I believe the execution of the Dazzlings in a lot of aspects would be more terrifying. I believe in a lot of aspects it would be more terrifying. But this video is purely about what was executed, yes. Alright. Don't know who that is, but okay. You see Harry Potter movies. If you're strong enough to bear it, well, Harry the Bear. I have no clue. Because he named him. Can we get Tirek versus Chrysalis? Tirek would destroy. If we're talking like strongest versions of each. Okay, first we're going about strongest versions of each character. Tirek can withstand the power of 4 Alicorns. And Chrysalis, while she did beat Celestia, still struggled in the beginning, meaning that Tirek would definitely destroy. And if we're talking weakest versions of each character, I guess Chrysalis has it up, because, I mean, he's just a shrimp at that point. I wonder what happened to the Season 3 villain, the one with Crystal Empire. They say he's just pretty much dead. He's just straight up, Sombra's just dead. And it almost looks like there's no possibility of him ever coming back. Poor Sombra. The execution of him would have been so much better if they executed him a little bit better. Chrysalis, he's her own finale again. The last one was okay, but she didn't get much screen time in retrospect. Definitely so. And they're definitely hyping her up somehow, because she did the Mean Six thing and then she just flew away again. So since the last season's gonna be, you know, the last season, they're gonna have to wrap up her story somehow. I don't know if she's going to be the quintessential, above all, be-all villain, but she has to have something dedicated to her. It should be the Evil Six, definitely. We get Cozy Glow, Tirek, Chrysalis. Not many people know if Sombra's coming back, but let's put Sombra in there just cuz. And Storm King, but Storm King's dead, so let's not take Storm King, because I completely forgot that he died. You say the others. Imagine we got Applejack versus Lingering Life of Bright Mac. Ooh. He's been destroyed. Tirek is one of them. Unless in comics, I believe he has been reformed. How do you build a brony? How do you build a brony? I don't know. You just you do what Will did. Say, hey, Generation 4 is great, and then the person you're trying to make a brony is like, is it? And then he doesn't do anything, and then make a YouTube channel of watching the series, and then suddenly he becomes a brony because he actually likes the show after Season 2. So, yeah, that was the whole reason of that's the whole origin of why I made Do You Want to Be the Brony, because it's like, I wasn't a brony when I started, and now I am. So, now I'm Do You Want to Be the Universe, because, well, reasons. Starlight versus Tirek. Most powerful forms. Tirek has the advantage, definitely. But here's the thing: does Starlight have the time manipulating page? You said Starlight. I got flashbacks to White Diamond's speech. Hi there, Starlight. How are you feeling? Grogar is definitely more. Grogar is more evil. See, I need to see Grogar in Generation 4, but from Grogar from Generation 1 that I believe, yes. When it comes to the accomplishments, Grogar successfully achieved capturing most of the magic base using ponies and nearly succeeded in his endeavors. So I will say Grogar definitely beats Generation 1 Tirek in a lot of regards. So I really hope they do trump Tirek if they ever bring Grogar into the series. If Starlight ever became an Alicorn, she would be the most powerful Alicorn character in the show. Easy. Yeah, definitely. She's already comparable to Twilight, who is an Alicorn. Yes, she would be overpowered. Yes. I just realized Starlight is Broly. Best villain in each category. Motivation, Luna, Charisma, Discord, Deceiving, Queen Chrysalis, and the ideology was Starlight. Ideology, I can agree with that. Ideology and Charisma, definitely Discord. Deceiving, Actually, I think that probably goes more to Starlight, because she ran an entire cult through the simple act of saying that equality is better, and she was a hypocrite because she wasn't even with an equality cutie mark herself. That's straight up deceptive and manipulative tactics right there. Queen Chrysalis simply donned a disguise. That's it. And no one was smart enough to realize that she was evil besides Twilight, who clearly saw the glaring differences in personality. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing I really have to disagree with. Motivation, being wrong, feeling that she's been wrong and stricken with jealousy. Yes, definitely. While Tirek is just a bare bones, he's evil, and that's why I like him. Was Tirek is Tirek a form of nihilistic villain? If not, could such a villain exist and even work within MLP? Let's see here. First, I need to be reminded what nihilistic even means. Nihilistic, rejecting all religions and moral principles in the belief that life is meaningless. In a way, but in a way, that's Tirek, but Tirek doesn't really like say, the only reason why I'm taking all your magic and destroying everything is because I believe all the principles of life is pretty much null. You can have a person who denounces all the faith in the princesses and the hierarchy that system is, since the princesses are the closest thing to the gods in their verse. And I do believe someone can have that in the series in some way. What if we got ponyfied versions of the Tree of Harmony? I would like that. I mean, it can already make an ethereal version of Twilight, so I don't see how it can't make its own physical manifestational body of itself. I'm sorry. The real debate is the best redemption arc. My pick is Trixie because she is still herself. Redemption. In forms of redemption, I definitely want to pick Trixie because she's still herself, but in other forms of redemption, it means they change them from what they used to be. And in other ways, Discord is still technically himself. If you really look at the context of why he wanted to make the Ponyville the chaos capital of the world, he's not hurting people. He's simply inconveniencing them because he's trying to have his own fun. And so his reforming is so he can just use his chaotic manner in a controlled environment and also use it sparingly as not to disturb the general populace. So his friendship with Fluttershy, he's still himself. He would still go above and beyond with his evil nature if it revolves around Fluttershy in some way. Hence why he got so pissed off once he found out Fluttershy was kidnapped by Chrysalis. So it's not like he changed, he's just more neutral. What video game you're playing currently? Hold on. Voltherian Arc, Hero School Story. It came out today. I'm just giving it a shot. Previously, I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. How did you feel at Night for Moon? Maybe you had via personality darkness separation and became a reoccurring character. Considering that we only have a season and a few episodes left, don't see how that would work out very well unless they're gonna somehow do that sort of type of thing later down the line in Generation 5. But I would like to see more of Nightmare Moon, because when Nightmare Moon first showed up, Nightmare Moon had to suffer the horrible realization that she is the first villain, so she has to be both easily taken down and don't have that much development with her. So having Nightmare Moon come back and have more personality, because when she showed up later down the line in like the alternate timeline, I'm like, yes, more of her, because I liked her imposing nature and the fact that she's just used to be a good person turned bad. Glorious King Zebra, Terror defeat him. King Zebra is voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What makes Tirek two-parter execution better than, say, Discord's? Tirek's execution two-parter is better in execution than Discord's because it revolves more around someone who starts literally at nothing and works his way up to almost becoming pure god status, while Discord is awakened due to a few fillies messing with each other, arguing a little bit, and that small little bit of chaos is enough to bring him out. He comes out, his charisma and personality carries his entire arc, because all he does is change everything he wants, gets everything he wants, and it was due to his own hubris that he was defeated. While Tirek started from nothing, escaped from hell, started his way from going from one pony to another pony, and then get into mass audience, a mass group of ponies, manipulate Discord manipulates Discord until he's a means to an end, proceeds to use friendship as a bargaining chip to get what he wants, and is only defeated due to the fact that it's a kid's show and the bad guy can't win. That's my argument. Now, a neat detail I noticed in Tirek's finale. He uses every ability he absorbed in his battle. Yeah. His battle. I love how Naysay has not been mentioned once whole stream. The strength of the Earth ponies with the smash of the ground, the raise of the rock spikes, really showcasing Earth pony magic like that. Unicorn magic, obvious, you know, lifting Twilight and throwing her in places. Yeah, definitely. Flight, because how else did he fly up the mountain? He has fantastic leaping ability, bro. Discord snaps and summons bubble. Discord snaps and he summons bubbles. That it's attention to detail that I love, and yeah, that's another way to me. That's another way to have me appreciate Tirek a lot. That does make a lot of sense. Because male alicorns won't sell toys. No male alicorns, because apparently you can only become an alicorn if you're a girl, which is sexist in my regard. It's like, I'm a guy, why can't I be a mystical alicorn princess? How dare you escape? Let me achieve my dreams. Maybe way too OP. Because it can't. Because you can't. Oh, never mind. I just woke up. Okay, Grogar could be a nihilistic villain. We're looking for. Could be. All depends on execution, and due to him, I need to go over when Grogar's was name dropped in that storybook. To see what exactly, like, what was the context of the matter for Grogar's name drop. Because if it had something of a nihilistic viewpoint, then yeah, I can definitely see, like, the seeds being planted. I think Spike should be the villain because of Gen 1. He was a villain. P? Never. JK. I think Sunset is probably our best case scenario for redemption arcs. Definitely. That enforce with redemption arcs, a person who was one way is now complete another way, but still technically in a third regard. Right next to Starlight. Sunset is definitely up there. Because one of the reasons why I still love the Equestria Girl series is because of Sunset. And one of the reasons why I like the current seasons of MLP is because of Starlight. It's weird how the redemption arc characters are becoming more of a better characters than the actual characters themselves. Spike being a villain could be nice. He was a villain, suitably, in the Spike Want episode. He was an antagonist. Hey, are you hyped for Kill la Kill IF? And wouldn't it be amazing if Gorilla Gon was the next anime to get a fighting game? Definitely. It just... it would be kind of hard to do. I really want a JoJo, a good arc system style JoJo fighting game. That's the real, that is what I really want. And I am excited for the Kill la Kill fighting game. I want to see what characters are going to use. I definitely want to play as Gon Magori, you know, the other 3-star members and stuff like that. They better put my boy, from Nudist Beach in there, by the way. I swear to God, I will not buy the game if he's not in there. Nui Harume would definitely be up there. And Karin Uragio is definitely going to be awesome to see. So yeah, I can't wait until that game comes out. And 3 Spike, who gets annoying guy. Honestly, Tirek is probably best villain by default. Name a villain get deformed or destroyed. Name a villain that didn't get a deformed or destroyed. Only a platinum does it. Forget the gender pay gap. Let's fix the gender alicorn gap. Yes! I just realized we haven't seen Flurry Heart in forever. Yeah, we haven't. You think... It'd be hilarious if Flurry Heart shows up, says, I'm supposed to be the cute, adorable one with unbelievable, unfathomable power here, Cozy Glow. And then she just blips her out of existence. Prepare to be assimilated. Imagine Tirek taking her magic. Hoo-hoo. I think in Season 9, all creatures should get cutie marks, and then they can sell more toys. if Platinum isn't the game devs, I'm not interested. Sorry. All right, I have reached the end of chat. Congratulations. It's almost time to go. I too fell victim to spoiler recommendations, but in plus side, my paranoia was valid. Good. Or snaps and kills half the crust. She snaps. How? She just oops. She's like. How would you rank Cozy Glow among MLP villains? So is too good in her episodes, or did she drop the ball too much? See, I don't know. I haven't seen episode 25 and 26 yet, but apparently other people have. But from her build up so far, not too good, considering that it's obvious, and I don't know her motivations. See, again, I will repeat this. Starlight would have been #1 villain. She would have toppled Tirek if it wasn't for the fact of her motivation being so not good. So, it all depends. If Cozy Glow's motivation can trump, it can actually make me say, all this can make up for the fact that her build-up is kind of lackluster, then yes. But right now, can't really say. Right now, they are kind of dropping the ball. To be more specific, they're stumbling with it. They need to see if they can hold on to it or fall. That's where it is right now. Off topic. Any character you want in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I want Rex and Pyra. I definitely want Rex and Pyra. And I'm not being a meme here. I'm definitely not being a meme. I swear to you, I'm not being a meme. I want Waluigi. Why do I want Waluigi unlike what meme people want him? I want Waluigi because he does represent a part of Nintendo that I like. I find it weird that Daisy gets a slot when she has just as much, if not little, more recommendation than Waluigi would have. Waluigi can represent the sports aspect and of everything. Daisy was made for Luigi, and Waluigi was made for Luigi, so I highly doubt that it was pure of the fact that he was created for a different purpose. I do not believe that. I know people like to meme up Waluigi, but I honestly feel like his moveset and him being a part of Nintendo's biggest, like, crossover franchise is warranted, and not just being a trophy. I swear to you, I'm not being a meme. I honestly believe that. But Rex and Pyra, I would definitely take Rex and Pyra over Waluigi, but those are my reasons why. What image you saw, spoiler? If I had to think, it was just the image that I saw revolved around Cozy Glow looking evil with a crown on her head. That's it. No question, Fluttershy. She can do whatever she wants. Give Starlight the Infinity Gauntlet. What's next for Dio? Have no clue. Have no clue what's next for Dio. Still waiting on Shadow to be revealed. As an Echo Fighter, yes. There's this leak going around that Ken is an Echo Fighter of Ryu, which I can see. I don't know why they didn't sooner, like as a skin already, because they pretty much have the exact same freaking moveset. Yeah, I'm waiting for Shadow to be revealed too. I need more Sonic characters in my life. Starlight's backstory should have been similar to Christmas Carol episode Showfall for Frost. I agree with that. Have you read Rogue Diamond? It's an MLP comic where Celestia flooded the world and they became like Black Lagoon. The hell? No, I have not, and that's such a weird premise, but okay. I like season 8 finale. The finale I think was the worst. Was season 7. It just felt lacking. I can get behind that a little bit. So you watched the season 8 finale. I have not. So do not say anything about it. Just know that it's coming up soon in the next 3 weeks or so. So Cozy Glow is definitely a villain. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I tried to defend her actions when the first time she showed up, but the most recent episode that came out like last week pretty much just says, yeah, she's evil. It's like confirmed at this point. You can't really say that she isn't anything now. There's many ways I can defend Cozy Glow in the first episode. Many ways. But this one, can't defend her at all. Not at all. I wish Daisy was her own character instead of being an Echo Fighter, but who knows? Maybe next time. What moves other than what moves you can see Peach doing? What Daisy could do? Like there's the awesome soccer game that I don't know why they didn't represent in any way. But yeah, we got Waluigi just lay the assist trophy on. This is, come on, man. I honestly believe, like, I want to see why this character, while all the other like Mario characters, even Daisy, got into the roster. Even Daisy. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not effing with you. I completely forgot Daisy was a thing until she showed up as an Echo Fighter. I completely forgot Daisy was a thing. I'm going to repeat this one more time. I didn't know Daisy was a thing. I forgot about her until she was confirmed as an Echo Fighter. That's how much I don't care about Daisy, and how surprised I was that she was an Echo Fighter and not Waluigi, a character who just recently showed up in the most recent tennis game. What the hell? And was like a main antagonist, by the way. Jeez. I want Godot for Smash Brothers, definitely. I want all the Phoenix Wright characters in Smash Brothers. What was he? Again, I forgot. I think that was the one where oh man, because I think I might be getting them confused. Oh yeah, season 7 was the one where Stygian and all that. Yo, Pony of Shadows. I can't believe it. Getting sidetracked here. Season 6 finale was one I was confusing it with. Yeah, it's one with the Pony of Shadows with the pillars and whatnot. Waluigi, huh? Have you seen a channel called SMG4? Apparently, in some silly shenanigans with Mario. But the one point Waluigi gets his revenge for B smashes his own arc. Wait, Big Mac was with Supercon. No, stop it with this. Stop it with this. I made a Bowsette picture, and it got a lot of traction. I'm actually honestly surprised with it, but like the thing is with Bowsette, it's so weird. It's so weird. I just want to contribute because I like memes. Well, that's about it. Hold on. I was checking my animation that I posted up on DeviantArt. All right, Godot would be amazing. I love that man. I still have hopes for Sora coming to Smash. I have hopes for Sora coming to Smash too, because if Cloud can make it, I'm pretty sure another Square Enix like Sora can make it. I'm not gonna be an advocate to say if Cloud can make it to Smash, anyone can make it to Smash. No, that's not true. That is completely false. You're telling me that Goku's never coming to Smash, guys. It's never happening. But Sora, Rex and Pyra, Waluigi even, have a better chance of coming than any anime character. Sora would be awesome. Yeah, I can see Sora's moveset. He would be another Blade user, and people are kind of sick and tired of Blade users, but he's using a key for Christ's sakes. At least he has variety. I also want Shovel Knight, but I think that's way too early for him to be an actual character. The game only came out some years ago. Yeah, and which is why I appreciate him being an assist trophy. It makes perfectly sense to make him an assist trophy. He's not in the proper area to be a full character yet. Give Sakurai some time. Since he's an assist trophy, he is highly possible to become his own character. One of Nintendo leak codenames a doll is that would be Gino. Yeah, people are hoping for Gino. And once the Smash thing came out, and it turned out to be Isabelle and not Gino, people was hoping for Gino to be the next person to be announced for Smash. I made like a little bit of a joke with Sono Chino Sadame. If you've seen that JoJo opening, you know they do the Sono Chino Sadame. I'm just like, Sono Gino, sad as me. oh, I feel dead inside. Yeah, I hope Gino comes in soon. People are saying it was obvious when Cozy Glow came up and she was evil, but it could have been a trick to make us believe she was innocent. But but that was flipped again. It marks of effort. You only got suspicious because it chest mark. Actually, when I was watching marks for effort, I didn't suspect anything with the chest mark. I'm like, I've seen weirder cutie marks. I have seen weirder cutie marks in this show. So I wonder how you immediately jump to the fact that since she has a chest mark, a chest piece cutie mark, that she's immediately evil. That's weird. It's like suddenly, what if I'm in the MLP verse and I got a sword on my butt? Because that's my OC. It has a wooden sword. Does that mean I want to kill people with swords? No! Maybe she's good at playing chess! What if her main thing is that she's good at playing chess? What? Why is that so much of a out of the realm of possibility? You act like there's no chess masters in this verse. I don't know. I just don't like the one favorite princess is just Echo Fighter. I get you. I get you. Oh, I remember. Season 7 now. The Pillars, like the final. I just woke up. My brain's work good. Yeah. my boy Alucard is just a trophy. I don't know how I feel. Also, a Monster Hunter trophy boss. Wondering might be they get a legit hunter. That would be weird. I get why they would want to put a legit hunter. The only thing about it is, what would you do? Like, the only thing I can think of them doing is making the default hunter with, like, the type of skin. Like, what weapon would they choose? Would they choose the longsword, the basic sword and shield? Like, who's, like, the main represented, like, Monster Hunter character? The quintessential, this is your icon character. Because if they were going to put a Monster Hunter character, they would have to choose whether or not they're going to use the switch axe, the charge blade, whatever, that sort of thing. And people would complain whether or not they didn't get like a bow user, like a bow gunner or something like that. So it would be kind of weird. So having Rathalos come in as just a good assist trophy seems to like the greatest representation you can get without having make things complicated with an actual fighter. But I get where you're coming from, and I would like to see a fighter, but it's just I think they might find complications in actually making one. Don't worry, I forgot Daisy too. I always forget she's a thing until I'm reminded of her. Thank you. But Waluigi is always a present figure, whether he's a meme or he's just actually there. And he's just a partner to Wario and the quote-unquote foil to Luigi. It's like, he has more of a purpose. While Daisy was made to be, like, the princess to Luigi, but in every, like, mainstay Mario game, Daisy is not around. Luigi is getting with Peach and not with Daisy. It's like, no need to change your mind as much as I love Discord. Yeah. This is just minor discussion. If you have like, hey, if you have like a disagreement, we have a discussion. This is all for discussion. That's it. Because there's a lot of things that other villains have over Tirek. I just believe he's just the best executed villain that we have in the series. Like Discord, I'd rather have more Discord in my life. Honestly, Nintendo creators said Waluigi would be in Smash, wouldn't be in Smash yet. On the other hand, he also said the same thing about Ridley. Yeah, minds can change. That's the whole thing about this. Minds can change. Things can change. Technology can make things easier for someone to do. And that's just it. So that's why I'm always an advocate for Waluigi, not in the meme sense, but in actual, he's an actual represented character that I feel that you're wasting and squandering him as an assist trophy. I like to think Bowsette. Okay. Sounds like Dr. Girlfriend. I think Rayman is another one that could be in Smash. He definitely has the potential. You like memes, so you're a Gorpier? I have no idea what that is, but I guess I am. If Cloud can make it in Smash, Bowsette can make it in Smash. In my Bowsette picture, that I had, I did put in my description that awkward moment when you realize that Bowsette has a better chance of getting into Smash than Waluigi. And I honestly, truly believe that. No joke. Is Okami in Smash? I want her to be in Smash. I would love to see Amaterasu in Smash. But it's like, now that Okami's game is on a Nintendo console, it's definitely more likely than anything. What MLP reactor would you recommend? Johnny Fireflame, Powder Pony. The Powder Pony, Luffy is cool, and the Flame Shark. There you go. There's no effing way that Goku's coming to Smash. Stick a Jump Force. Yeah, that's his whole thing. No anime characters in Smash. The whole point why I like Smash is that it brings a whole bunch of different video game characters together in one place to beat the shit out of each other. That's what I like about Smash. Not anime characters. If anime characters start running in, then people want Gurren Lagann to show up as an assist trophy. And Gurren Lagann can't show up as an assist trophy, because if Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann shows up as an assist trophy, the game is just won, and Gurren Lagann just wins the game. That's it. If Sora was brought in, dare we hope for Donald and Goofy cameos? I would like them to show up in his final smash. Like, let it be something like Shulk's final smash, and he brings them into an area, and it's like they get pummeled in multiple areas, and then the final attack is like the Keyblade beam. I can see that, definitely. Goku and Smash make me so much sense though. How does it make sense? He's not a video game character, he's an anime character. Name one character in Smash who came from an anime before coming from a video game. None of them. All of them came from a video game first. So that's the part that makes no sense. Goku is an overpowered god character who can one-shot half the characters, if not most all of the characters, with a single punch, let alone actually put up a good fight. And before you say anything about, well, Villager and Isabel are so, like, casual players, they balance them out. They still, Villager has an axe! Alright? But Goku is a huge leap. Huge leap. Goku belongs in anime video games. Anime video games, not video games that are expanded upon video game characters. Bayonetta, Cloud, Ryu, who do they all have in common? They all came from video games. V-Fighter. That's the closest thing you can get? Sure, why not? The thing was there was nothing to imply even something remotely close to chess, with the Philly, with the skull, and Unsky Marg, you got context about it. But that's just it. You only gave her one episode to put in context about it. That one episode. Not even that one episode. I get that the episode with the skull and crossbow had context put in later down the line, but this is also a student in the school doing things, and also this is me having too much hope for the people who write for the show to actually say, you know, those over tropes that say the overly cute character usually has an ulterior motive behind that cute persona. Let's play with that. Let's give an uneasy feeling about this character, and then show you that she actually was doing it for the good of people that she was trying to make friends out of. And I'm like, that's actually pretty smart. You actually got me there, show. But then next time you show her, then she's literally just a villain. Then it's like, okay, well, you're not really being subtle about it anymore. It's clear that she's a villain. But again, chess. Would it be something you need to put context to? You're good at chess. Whoa. I want the shit from Space Invaders and Smash. It doesn't even need to be a character. Just make it an assistant or whatever. Mario plus Super Crown equals Marioette. There's actually fan art of that. I don't think we ever see a Dragon Quest character like an MC from 5 since he uses a staff and not a sword. I can definitely see a Dragon Quest character. See, the closest thing you want for an Akira Toriyama base character to come into Smash is Dragon Quest. If one of the Dragon Quest main characters get into Smash, there's your Goku. That's the closest thing you're going to get to a Goku. Have fun. If Goku was a Dragon Quest thing, then yes, Goku could be in Smash. Did they add another Pokemon from the most recent games to playable character? I don't remember. Nope, not yet. People are thinking the Decidueye because you have Charizard as your fire, Greninja as your water, and people want the newest one being the Decidueye as your grass. Other people are thinking that it's going to be the cat, but the Luchador cat, but I'm not entirely sure. Did they add an okay? Give Waluigi justice, cowards. We need 8K for Waluigi. There yet. The tank isn't there yet. There's always next game. There's always next game. As long as Sakurai is still alive and kicking and feel as though this series still has merit, he's definitely still going to make games, and sooner or later he's going to run out of characters and he's just going to have to bite the bullet and put Waluigi in. That would actually be done. Yeah. That can actually be done, at least by modders. I know for a fact modders are going to mod Bowsette into Smash with the Peach as an outline. That's like obvious to me. Uganda Knuckles, yeah. Then it'll be like memes can get into Smash now. If memes can get into Smash, anything can get into Smash. Susano? Oh, yeah, Susano. Wakanda Knuckles. I want Reggie to be in Smash, not the me, Reggie himself, like a full, not even a 3D model. It's just like, it's so hyper realistic. It's like he's actually there, and his taunts can just be I am Reggie. That's it. My body is Reggie. putting Goku in Smash would make as much sense as putting Shrek. Pretty much. Well, I want Kirby versus Goku, though. No! Have your own fanfics. Change boost. Boo skin. It looks like Kirby. Does Captain Falcon count as an anime character? Captain Falcon came from F-Zero first. So, he came from a game first. Captain Falcon. Zero Falcon. Chrono from Smash. Please, Chrono Trigger. Yeah, Chrono can work. I can see Chrono. Because he's both a video game and an anime character. Chrono could be another good one. Yeah. Personal thoughts to my imagination. There are 3 kinds of irredeemable characters. Be they good or evil. The divine, the dead, and the determined. Continued. Honestly, I want Bowsette to be a separate character. Bowsette should have an origin story. I'm saying it now. You, the one who is reading this, has a bigger chance of getting into Smash than Goku. You won't get into Smash ever. Wow. I agree. And besides, you're suitably correct. If you make your meat look like you're technically into Smash, aren't you? Oh, man. And if you really think about it, look, depending on, okay, look at, going back to the Tirek being best villain thing. Look at it this way. Nightmare Moon's biggest contribution of being evil was going against her sister and just being banished, coming back, nearly winning, not winning though, not really hurting anyone, and then getting redeemed, having her sanity being brought back in place. You have that. Okay, you have that. And then next you have Discord, who pretty much made places the chaos capital of the world, having his own fun, not really hurting people, just inconveniencing their lives with his shenanigans. Getting turned to stone, coming back, doing the same thing, and being turned to stone again, coming back again, being redeemed by Fluttershy, and just being a chaotic neutral kind of character. Then you have Sombra, who is just a tyrannical ruler, and he got destroyed, so we're going to have to talk about him. He got destroyed, but from what he was doing, he deserved to get destroyed, because being that evil deserves that type of treatment. Then you have the controversial types. In a way. Tirek is thrown into hell because he wanted to take over the entire continent. Okay, that's warranted. Then you have Starlight, who is a dictator ruler who messed with time, and yet she gets redeemed, and for the stupidest motivations, by the way. Stupidest motivations. And she gets redeemed by Twilight. Thankfully. But a lot of people can't forgive the fact that she did that, and if it wasn't for, if she won, everything would be dead. Everything would be dead. So Cozy Glow right now, her motivations are vague. But what is she planning to do? That's my problem. What is she planning to do, and how are you gonna punish this? Is she gonna get redeemed because since he's a child, you don't wanna kill a child, you definitely wanna destroy a child like you did with you definitely don't want to destroy a child like you did with Chrysalis, with Sombra. You don't want to shoot her off into nothingness and let her live out on her own with no food or water or anything like that, or no help like Chrysalis. And you don't want to throw her in hell like Tirek, because I'm pretty sure whatever she's doing does not warrant hell. So she has to be redeemed because she's a kid. Unless she's supposed to be like an adult in a kid's body. Doing anything that the other villains were pretty much done to, besides being redeemed, would be the only option. Unless her motives say otherwise. I mean, once Nightmare Moon took over, nothing seemed that bad. Like, yeah, it sucks, it's dark forever, but people had jobs and plants were still growing for some reason. Because, again, you need the sun. In our world, you need the sun to make plants. But in their world, you just need good Earth Pony magic. So that makes sense. So growing. So hey, yeah. She was just ruling as with an iron hoof, but she wasn't necessarily bad. It just sucks a knife for her. But yeah, that's it. I solemnly agree with that. What about DC and Marvel characters in Smash? They were Nintendo games, but they were comic book characters first. Comic book characters, not video game characters first. Every character in Smash originated from straight up. They only exist because a video game existed first. If a comic existed first, that means they're comic book characters. If you put a comic book character just because they had a video game means that any comic book character. So the Living Tribunal can be a Smash character. So, again, no. I don't believe that. They'll probably just pick a random character from a random Japanese Nintendo game nobody has ever heard of. Tirek is a great villain because he hurt Twilight in a way that no other villain has before. And that's like the primary quintessential reason why Tirek is the best villain to me. He did something that no other villain was able to do. Actually leave a permanent mark on the show. Permanent mark. When the Daphne got defeated, nothing really changed. Sunset would have got her redemption arc in some other way, regardless of their inclusion. Nightmare Moon didn't do anything. Chrysalis nearly did something, but didn't. Sombra nearly did something, but didn't. Tirek destroyed the tree. It's gone. And that is now a living memory that she has to look up and see that her old home, a place that she called home and made friendships and bonded with. The first party she ever had with Pinkie Pie and the rest of the entire Pony area was in that tree. And it's gone now. That's why I like Tirek. That's why it's very hard for me to say that any other villain trumps Tirek, because he did something. He did it. He made his mark. You still remember Tirek because that's what he did. The crown itself getting added to Smash Bros. Deep are demanded. Scrooge is having Bowsette. Put it as a power-up. Put it as an item. So you just turn into a female version. With no added attributes, you're just now a female now. Dark forever, Plants managed to survive. After season finale, please do a follow-up to this. Yes, I'll definitely do that. It'll either be Cozy Glow is the worst villain ever. Change my mind. Or Cozy Glow is an adequate villain. I will do a follow-up to this after the season finale, definitely. This has the power to destroy. He's just a prankster. I would love to see a serious Discord. Yeah, we only got like a snippet, just a slight snippet of serious Discord when he was told that Fluttershy was taken. Like, those evil red eyes will stick with me forever. How long? The idea Peach yet cries every night before getting to sleep. I want Kratos and Smash then. The funny thing about it is, he's actually more likely than you think. If Kratos can get into Shovel Knight and Shovel Knight can get into Smash as an assist trophy, that means Kratos can get into Smash. Oh man. And then people can bring up the fact that most of the characters, if not all the characters, again, has showed up on a Nintendo console at one point. So there's that too. What about the guy from Contra, the guy from Ninja Gaiden? Those are possible. They're on Nintendo consoles. I also like Scorpion to come back. Yeah, but I see them more as assist trophies, actually. They seem more of an assist trophy aspect, not actual characters. Give Tirek some more depth. Give Tirek some more depth. Not a necessary redemption, but another layer to his depth. Yeah. Yep, Tirek didn't make the mark on him with Masterful Villain. Master Hand in Smash, playable. It was playable in one of the games. You just want them to bring that back as an actual legitimate feature. I can't really see them doing something like that. Adding Super Crown on a power-up is like sending a message to kids and traps are okay. So, how I look at the crown, it turns you into a female through and through. You're not distinguishable from a female in any way. Real traps actually still have, you know, the male genitalia and whatnot, which is what I am not attracted to. So there you go. The interesting thing with Cozy so far is that she has done good things. Got the TMC into the school. Got an exemption. Intentions for the students. She does seem to hold some positive values. Yeah, that's a good way about being a good manipulator. Actually having good qualities and showing good sides of you. So when you do turn on them, they are so bewildered of the fact that you turn on them that you use that as an opportunity to get more of what you wanted. It's the fact that they just cannot believe that you would turn on them is what makes your manipulation so good. So yeah, her doing some good things actually do. Nintendo only? Let me think. There's probably one guy. And it has to be so they never showed up on a Nintendo system. Never showed up on any Nintendo console, ever. Bayonetta showed up on a Wii U. Final Fantasy showed up on the older console days of Nintendo. Donkey Kong with K. Rool and all that, you know, they used to show up on the Nintendo 64. One day, Gunvolt will appear in Smash. I need my Electric Overlord. Speaking of which, who would make it better rulers? Starlight or Nightmare Moon? Nightmare Moon, we only got a snippet of what Nightmare Moon could do. Starlight, she ran her like cult in the form of a lie. So it's very hard to say. Shantae, Nintendo console. Yeah, I could have see her as either a sis or a really actually good fleshed out character. Shantae. What MLP episode are you on right now? I'm on episode 23. As in, I need to watch episode 23. Wait, yeah, I have watched episode 23. We watched episode 23 with Autumn Blaze. It's episode 24, 25, and 26 that we still need. I still need to watch. I can see Shantae and Smash. It could work. Plus, whatever hidden characters a ponytail. Heck, even Sans is more likely to be in Smash than Goku. Shockingly enough, yes, now that he's also on the Nintendo console, yes, it's actually more likely for Sans to get in. I do not want Sans to get in, but yes, it is possible. If it's only Nintendo, then it's Dracula. I wish Alucard wasn't a Sith trophy. I really wish he was his own character. Maybe later down the line, they again make him an actual character. I saw a comic where Mario and Bowsette were going at it in the background, and Peach stole the crown from Bowsette. She expected screams, but instead receives the sound of one-up. Okay. Yeah, I want to see Shantae for Smash too. Fortnite character in Smash. I'm joking. Please don't. Yes, Fortnite Smash for the kiddies. Shantae, the new Nintendo player background. Smash characters. Sooner or later, we're gonna get a Smash game with a Battle Royale mode, and it's just gonna be, you know that map that's like so huge that if one guy's at the top and the other guy's at the bottom, you just see the entire like how like ants you are. Sooner or later, we're gonna get a Smash, and it's gonna be a Battle Royale game, and you're just gonna go in with this huge Smash map. You're gonna get your own look. You're gonna get your own camera, and you're just gonna go around. It'll be like Subspace Embassy, but you're gonna be looking for the other characters. As funny as I'm trying to make this be, I can see that actually being an actual gameplay mechanic and kind of being fun. Just imagine it. You're one out of 50 characters in this huge map. I'm Peach, and I run some Bowser, and then we just go on a few Smash match. And then as soon as we meet each other, like, that camera that we have combines into the camera that we have to kick each other out of. Or put a life system, actually. First, if you bring your character down to 300 health, you immediately get blasted off into nothingness. An echo for Mega Man. I can see that. Characters like Zero. King Boo and Smash. In 20 years, we'll have a console that can handle 100 characters in the same screen. Then we'll play with all of them in Smash all at once. Why change your mind? He's the last really good main MLP villain. Your girl, that's still the Dazzlings. Honestly, I think Sans would be that character that randomly shows up. Bandana D for Smash. Why? The whole change of my mind segment is one for the meme, and two because I just like the sound of it. It's like because there's certain people that just honestly believe that like the Dazzlings, other characters truly believe that they are the best like overall villain of MLP. Well, I believe Tirek is, and since I had time and I had nothing else better to do, I thought, hey, might as well do this. Change my mind is just strictly opinion based. If you have your own thing, I'm open for discussion. If you can somehow convince me and say, hey, this character did this better than Tirek could ever do, then I'm like, yeah. But so far, no one's able to do that. You like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? Yes. But Pikachu is a video game character and an anime character. Why is Pokemon in Smash? Because it was a video game first. Pokemon Generation 1 came out before the anime was a thing. That's how it works. So if you came from a video game first, then you are eligible for Smash. The anime is a secondary thing. So if you're an anime character and then your secondary thing is games, you do not belong in Smash. You represent the anime community, such as Goku and all them. That's how that works. Who doesn't like FMA? The best villain in MLP in the fanbase is fame and misfortune. Fortune. Who doesn't like FMA? Monica and Smash. Also joking. Please don't. Yes. I don't know. I also don't know. He doesn't like print. Don't know. Don't know who doesn't like Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, Full Metal Alchemist is like one of the most well-animated, well-told stories that I've seen in a long time. What about a Digimon character, though I wonder how they pull that off. They could do something that they did with Pokemon Trainer. Just have it so that Tai or something is in the background and Agumon is just doing a thing. And the final Smash could be a Digi-evolution of Agumon into Neo Greymon or, you know, something like that. I could definitely see them pull it off. It's a train. Pong for Smash. I thought that would be an assist trophy. Like imagine Pong, you summon Pong, and then you just have to avoid the Pong ball going back and forth on the screen. Like that would actually be a pretty legit trophy. Isn't that already a trophy? I thought that was already a trophy. If it's not, make that a trophy. That's a good idea. Isn't Digimon an anime franchise first? I have absolutely no clue. I have absolutely no clue, actually. That's the only thing. I have no clue. Let's see, actually. The Digimon collectible card game based on Digimon first introduced in Japan in 1970. It says here that Digimon was a card game first, which I'm not saying doesn't count, but there you go. Maple Story characters in Smash. Isn't Digimon CJ and Scarface in Smash would be so cool. What the hell? Say hello to my little friend. Wasn't Pong and Brawl? Yeah, that's just it. I do remember like a type of thing that showed up and you had to dodge a ball and it was like Pong. Should hire us to make assist trophies. Pong item. Dual wielding Pong Pong paddles that shoots pixel balls. What do you think are ideal traits for an MLP villain? The ideal traits of an the most ideal traits for an MLP villain is something that just opposes the entire view of what the MLP characters are. Tirek does this brilliantly because he is just an unstoppable force with their with the MLP characters being the unmovable object being friendship. Because if friendship was an unstoppable force, that would mean that it does its best to pretty much mow down anything that's in its way, regardless of its alignment. So that's why I deem Tirek as the unstoppable force. And friendship is the unmovable object that will never waver and will always try to bounce back no matter how much you try to bring it down. So for another MLP villain to counteract this would be a villain that challenges the viewpoint that was already previously established. Like the Nihilist character that was brought up later earlier in the stream. That a Nihilist character would say to the princesses, I hate your hierarchy system. This makes no sense. Why should we call you guys princesses all because you can move the sun and stuff like that? You know, back in the day, powerful wizards can do the thing, so it's not like it's impossible for us not to do it ourselves. Such and such and such and such. Still a view that you can kind of get behind, but not 100%, because in the end, you do kind of need this sort of balance to keep things in place. Which is why people like Thanos a lot. Because as much as you hate the fact that, you know, snapping his fingers and then half the universe is being gone, you can still get why where he's coming from. He believes in the overpopulation problem. He believes in the finite limited resources. These are in fact problems that we as a society are sooner or later gonna come up with, gonna have to deal with later down the line. You know, back when King Caesar was a thing, there was only like a couple of thousand people on the planet, a couple of 100,000 people on the planet. We have 7 billion now. So definitely there's going to be an overpopulation problem if there's a thing. And Thanos was trying to bring up a solution to that. It's a very bad solution, but it's a solution that, in his words and through his own experiences, worked. So, so that's another character I want in MLP. A villain who's not trying to hide the fact that they're a villain, but also has good viewpoints into why they're doing what they're doing. That's the best reason. A good enough motive and a good enough execution can trump Tirek in my book. Cthulhu and Smash, he just makes everybody... He select him. I want to play as Pinky Bean. Pink Bean. Tetris as an assist trope in Smash. Yeah, I can see that. It's a trophy in Smash. I can see that. Okay, well, I found a small comic about Crown where Peach gives it to, and when he puts it on, dog ears. Cthulhu would be way too overbeat with Smash. Really now? I don't know, fucking God. Being in Smash, oh come on. Yeah. That is an assist trophy, R-type. If you could have any Kirby character in Smash, who would you pick? Also, what happened to Kirby in Hail Discord? I have no freaking clue. I don't know what copy ability, just a copy ability to warp reality, I guess. But Kirby character in Smash, we already have King Dedede, we already have Meta Knight, we already have Kirby himself. Bandana D, I don't see why you would want him, but there you go. What about a villain from Kirby? I would like to see Dark Matter. Dark Matter would be an interesting character for Smash. I don't see why no one's ever thinking about other villains from Kirby's, like, huge repertoire of villains in his story. There you go. Bubble Bobble for Smash. I'm still waiting for MLP villains to take a mean 6 friendship one-shot beam. Shake things up. Also, Iron Man was affected the most in Infinity War. Mr. Stark, I'm not feeling too good. That's it. That's it. That's how you know you got him. You got him. He's the most hurt out of everybody. Not just on that front, too. I think the ultimate throwback would be Segata Senshiro for Smash. That would definitely be another good Sega representation. That would be awesome. Nintendo as a assist trophy. They copyright the player to death. Kirby is too OP for Smash, honestly. They nerfed him down a little bit since the old Brawl days, but yeah, I do agree. Best villain is Starlight. She's the only one who didn't lose. Technically she did twice. She lost twice. She lost in the matter of being a cult dictator. She lost. All of her followers are now doing their own thing. She's no longer an evil dictator, and she was brought down to the level where Twilight brought her down, and she did not win. Tirek, if it wasn't for a MacGuffin, he would have won. No villain won. Every single villain lost. It's just what made them lose is where I come from. So you go from Starlight, who literally got beaten because they were more tenacious than her, and Tirek, who lost because of a MacGuffin that no one would have expected would have helped them. It could have just made a castle and that's it. Not give you unlimited power for a few seconds. 10 for 2 as an assist trophy. God dang it, we do, guys. Smart enough to separate the main 6. So was Discord, and so was Tirek. Tirek was smart enough to use their friendship to his advantage to get what he wanted. Everyone used the abstract of friendship to their advantage, all of which could be equally or some would say one above the other. I think using friendship as a bargaining chip definitely works in the matter because you're using the weakness that all friends and good guys have. The fact that they're good guys. If Twilight was evil or, didn't care about friends, she would still have the magic and Tirek would not be at full power. But no, she's a good guy. She wants to save her friends. Even Discord. Even Discord. And if it wasn't for the fact that she saved Discord, no one would have won. No one would have won. Discord had the last piece to help them win. And if Twilight wasn't about friendship and wasn't about forgiveness and said to Discord that no, I won't gonna forgive you, they would have lost. Nothing would have mattered. But since this is a kid's show, you have to have your main character be sympathetic and forgive Discord. Bomberman. Definitely, the Bomberman did the assist trophy, so it's not entirely impossible to become a full character later down the line. Twilight couldn't beat Starlight. Starlight lost in the end because she decided to stop fighting. Decided to stop fighting? Okay. In the end, the reason why she decided to stop fighting is because, well, you know, Twilight got to her, meaning that she lost. Her ideals were destroyed. When you have ideals and they get destroyed, that means you lost. When Thanos, it's like saying Thanos lost because he wanted to lose back in the comics. That's it. That's it. So it doesn't change the fact that he lost. He lost. And he lost due to his own ambition. And Starlight lost due to her own ambition, if you want to say it like that. And Twilight got to her. Twilight said, Starlight, if you continue doing this, do you see this? This is what the future holds. If you continue doing down this road, you're going to have a bad time, girl. Stop it. Why are you evil? Okay, you see, my friend abandoned me, and it sucked. And again, I say, if it wasn't for that backstory, she would have been the best villain. She would have, but it's the backstory. It's stupid. If I have to get on Obito's case about causing a war because he lost one friend, I have to get on Starlight's case for nearly ending the world because she lost one friend. I gotta get him on. I gotta get her on that. I can't do a double standard. I still can't believe Bomberman isn't playable. Why do you? It's just Nintendo. What do you do this to be Nintendo? Bomberman's popular, but I honestly don't understand why he's not a full character either. You gotta really get into the mind of Sakurai. Should be in Smash. Get room. Okay, Starlight lost round 1, but round 2 she decided to stop fighting. Okay, well, okay. Let me give you that. Let me just give you that. Starlight decided to stop fighting, and let me just say, her second outcome, if she won, definitely won. Things would be so bad, it would have trumped Tirek destroying the tree case. But since she showed off her backstory, and her backstory is stupid, she gets down on the villains list for me. She's way far down on the villains list. Just because you technically win does not make your backstory any less dumb. Broly is an angry, hulking monster because a baby cried next to him when he was a baby. That's dumb. Starlight nearly ended all of pony kind with endless destruction, caused had a timeline with a war, had a timeline with King Samura still being in power, had a time with such and such and such and such, all because she lost a friend and she just wanted to get a whole bunch of other different friends not to be friends anymore. It brings it down. It definitely brings it down. Could you see? Oh, dang it. Could you see them putting a Persona character in Smash, since it's technically a video game first and an anime last? Since Persona Q and stuff like that are on, I can see them putting a Shinigami Tensei character and not so much a Persona character before putting in a Persona character. But yes, I do. I can see Joker or Yu Narukami going in and having his Persona. It'll be kind of like a pseudo Stan character, and I would find that really interesting. If we're going in characters, I want rock, paper, scissors in this trophy. Video games. That's Starlight's fault that she stopped. She lost. Twilight got to her and got what she wanted. See, if you keep to your ideals, if you keep to your ideals, and you still win in keeping your ideals, that's it. However, if you break your ideals and say, okay, I give up, you lost. That's the definition of losing. I guess King TD's snail character wasn't used yet. Yeah, I don't think how he could ever really be used. all other Mega Man characters should be in Smash, including X, Zero, and Sigma. Tic-Tac-Toe trophy. God dang it. I wish Tirek was voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. Hi, gorgeous. Hi, stop this bat country. This is bat country. I still wish to see Thanos and Darkseid death battle. I hope they come up with that too. Shadow. Oh, dark. Hi, gorgeous. Shadow Hedgehog, Battletoads, and Spyro should be playable characters in next Smash Bros. I think Starlight has a good backstory. Sure, you think it's ridiculous, but she was traumatized. Traumatized because of a friend left. I get you. People are different. There are a lot of people who get traumatized from many different degrees, and but there is a threshold, guys. There is a threshold that you have to put into a standard. You lose a friend, you don't start a war. You lose a friend, you don't disrupt time and space itself to the point where so much stuff is just destroyed because of you. Wars are caused. And a lot of other people's lives are in miserable, miserable pain and agony because you lost one friend. The world does not revolve around you. Now I can agree with Starlight's first thing, and that being her dictatorship that she had and cult leadership she had over the thing. She did that because she felt that cutie mark separated others, and so she wanted to make everyone equal. And I can get behind that. You can do that because if you're traumatized and you want to change it like that, that's fine. I can get behind that. I can agree with that to a certain degree. But when you disrupt time and space itself and see the outcome, Twilight brings her to the outcome and she's still like, no, this deserves to happen, until she had to give her the backstory. I disagree with that. I disagree. You can agree. You can say it's so traumatizing that it makes sense. It's fine. But I disagree. And it's going to be very hard to convince me otherwise. That's the whole thing about these. That's the whole thing with the Change My Mind segment. You have that. I give you my stance, and you put in your stance and why you believe that this trumps what Tirek did and why his motivations are better in forms of what Starlight did. That's the whole thing. Darkseid vs. Thanos should be as the season 5 finale of Death Battle. That's Mario for Smash. She had no more friends as was an impressionable child. No one steered her straight. But it doesn't go so far as to disrupt time and space and the flow of time because people, again, I'm not going to repeat that. See, let's compare it to Trixie and what she did. Trixie, we don't know her backstory, but she clearly has shown to be a very narcissistic character. Not as powerful as she says she is. And the first blunder is that she became so popular with two idiots. Two idiots thought that she can actually do the things that she boasts about doing. So it was the two idiots that put people in danger, and it was thanks to Twilight that got them out of danger. You could say, in the end, it was 24% Trixie's fault, and the rest of the percent were to Snippets and Snails. They were the idiots who brought danger into their land because they believed that the character could handle it. I don't care if God himself came down. I'm not going to summon the devil to have... I'm not going to summon the devil from hell so that God can defeat him. No, I'm not going to summon danger for other people just because I believe God can take him out. That's dumb. So then you get to the second thing where she gets the Alicorn amulet. She gets corrupted by it, and then she enslaves all Ponyville with that added thing. The reason why she did this is because she was filled with hatred toward Twilight and her friends of what she did to her in the past. And it was because no one steered her straight from that moment, from that first moment, that she became worse in this moment. So I do agree people can escalate, but her escalation wasn't 100% her fault because the whole corruption deal was a thing. You can blame her for the decision of taking the Alicorn amulet, but you cannot blame her for all the really, really messed up stuff that the amulet made her do. That's it. It amplified something that she could have controlled on herself if it wasn't for the Alicorn amulet. Now, Starlight. Starlight lost one friend and didn't decide to make any other friends afterwards after what happened. No one stood her straight. Apparently her parents don't like her, and she lived on her own, and she became a cult leader. She became a cult leader, and then the main six came by, thwarted her plans, ran away, came back, distorted time 4 to 5 separate times, and made it so that even after seeing the aftermath of one of her occurrences, she still believes that it was because this is a good enough reason in her life to really believe that everything she did was justified. I do not believe that. I do not believe that. She actually, if it wasn't for the fact that I love Starlight so much, she deserves to go to Tartarus just as much as Tirek does for what she did and what she could have done. And her capabilities and her magic potential definitely leads to something like this. But it's because I like her. It's because I like her. All right. Does anyone here know about historical Eccrestia? Yeesh. Russia, but Thanos would be gotten otherwise he's obliterated. Nintendo has to make a rock paper scissors RPG video games, a complicated story, and Starlight won by losing. If she'd persist, she likely would have be miserable. Definitely, I do agree with that too. So Pokemon, KLDO for new Pokemon, please. Prime game, Nintendo. All I say is in the real world, people have killed for less. Yes, they have, for very stupid and contrived, dumb reasons. Starlight's story is meant to be parallel to the snowball effect that Twilight was speaking about. Small incident thing eventually becomes so big. Yes, it does. But again, there's a threshold that revolves around forgiveness. She was forgiven, meaning that in Twilight's eyes, what she did is meaningless. When in actuality, if you're making it this big, huge thing, makes it so that she actually deserves far worse than what actually came to her. Like, for real. Which is another thing that kind of dampens the fact. Why does Tirek go to hell? But Starlight, who literally goes so far as to almost destroy everything, and since she won with that aspect, and decided to lose because she wanted to stop fighting, doesn't also get a major penalty like that. She did not even serve any type of jail time. Nothing on the matter. She's just, okay, you're my student now. All right? Little complication matters like that. Last key is the really deep sense with the keepsake from Scorpan, which is considered useless, meaning it discarded its friendships, which the main six used to defeat him. Definitely so. It's very something to have something given to Scorpan, given to him, and given to Discord, to then come back and bite him in the butt after that. Ready to Flying Squirrel and Smash. Yeah, Starlight didn't want to destroy the world at first. She just wanted to get back at the main six. When she saw the terrible future, she didn't believe that future existed. I can get behind that to a lot of degree, because all she wanted to do was stop the first instance where they became friends. And she just didn't know that doing so would have it so that, you know, the world is effed and stuff like that. But here's my thing. I don't do that motivation of saying, I just want to, that's even makes it even worse. Her petty revenge on trying to make friends not be friends anymore nearly had it so the rest of the world would have been in shambles. Here's the thing. Your motivation, coupled with your execution and what would have happened, dictates how I judge you as what your punishment should be. She lost in the main six, ran away, didn't get it more straight and narrow, and escalated. Her next motivation, after being motive and driven by the loss of her friend, was to stop these people from becoming friends. She may not have known that doing so would destroy the world, but if she succeeded and just left her out her own devices, the world would be destroyed. I would not forgive you if that is the case. But since you didn't do it, I guess I have to say, well, since it didn't happen, I guess you're perfectly fine in my book. Be my student. There's a problem with that. I may be thinking about this a little too logically, but you don't go up to a murderer and say, did you murder him? And he says, no. I thought about murdering him, but the gun kind of just went off. I could have killed the president. I could have. I was right there. He was in my line of sight. But I decided against it because I thought he needed to be part of this. You still attempted to murder one of the biggest figures of our time. You deserve some level of penalty to that. Shadow Hedgehog, Battletoads, and Spyro should be playable characters in next Smash Bros. Something to double. It's best. People. Sandbag from Home Run Contest as a playable character in Smash. Okay, I gotta go. Sad I'll miss our rest, but backtrack though. The chat. Get back. Yo, Carrick. Always. Thanks. Okay, see you later, Scrum Force. Yeah, and also, if you're still here, I know you're still here. Let's just get the record straight. Starlight is second best villain to me. I don't know if you know this. Starlight is second best villain to me. It's all because of the motivation that brought her down to the second best, and Tirek's still at the top. Tirek would have been dethroned if her backstory resonated with me a little bit more, and it didn't. You know, I thought about this, but about Yi's characters. See, sword user. There are other. Yeah, okay. I can see a Yee's character work, though. If T-Rex, Brother Scarpan, ever appears in the show, he should be voiced by actor Jeff Barrett. Looking how Tirek and Twilight treat the meaning behind the necklace creates good quality, since it's often given to both of them as a grand gesture. One looking as a grim reminder, others accepting it. Remember, Starlight said, "I don't believe you," when Twilight showed her. She also said, "I only saw what you wanted me to see." That's her own hubris getting in. Not hubris. That's her own selfish gain getting to her. That just makes it worse. Even if you really think about it. If I pushed a button, all right, if I pushed a button, and that button apparently blew up a building somewhere, and then the police tracked me down and said, "Hey, did you know that you destroyed a building filled with people?" I'm like, "What?" And then they showed me this building, and I said, "I didn't do this. I don't believe you. You're only showing me what you want me to see because you want to throw me in jail because I'm black or something." It's like, you know how unbelievable that is. But in the end, I made the conscious decision to do these things, and I'm not thinking about the overall consequence of the matter. And when someone does show me a potential consequence that I clearly had some part in, I pushed a random button that I don't know the context to. I made people stop being friends, so I don't know the overall context of what time is going to say afterwards. And then you show me something and say I did it, and I say I don't. It does not excuse the fact that I did this. Okay? She may not believe it, but the rest of us know that she did. So that's the whole punishment aspect to it. Okay? You can believe whatever, the person can believe whatever they want, but in the end, they caused the act that made things worse. That's it. What do you think the line in the pony law that villains are locked in Tartarus? I have absolutely no clue. Tirek needed to wanted to have a tyrannical rule and just destroy things by stealing the magic. So he was thrown into hell. However, the Dazzlings apparently were eating people's anger and whatnot, and they got thrown into another world. So it really complicates me. What warrants you to throw into hell? Santa Claus and Smash. Twilight only cares about redeeming ponies. If Starlight was in any other species, we would have been brainwashed. The Trinity in Smash. Which season is your favorite finale? Definitely season 4. And which season do you don't like? It's very hard to say which season I don't like. You could say I don't like season 3 because of how short it is, but I like season 3 for the fact that it changed the status quo and it has a very good villain in the beginning sense that he is an actual very smart dude to make sure no one gets this thing that they need. I get that, but I can also say season 1's the worst because comparatively to the other seasons, it's not as good as the other seasons, and there's a lot of low points while the other seasons have very good high points. So it's very complicated, but if I have to answer your question, I would say for the sake of answering, season 1. Starlight just thinks cutie marks are bad influence to her, and I can see why. She lost a friend because of one. In fact, she lost a friend because she accidentally put herself in danger, having Sunburst awaken his incredible power, getting a cutie mark, and getting taken away over to Canterlot to be trained and whatnot, and so it was left her alone. That's unfair. I do find that to be very unfair, but not enough to destroy timelines. But not enough to give you the excuse to destroy timelines. How about that? I'm okay with Starlight not being punished. Yes, she deserves worse, but I like the message of forgiveness. Yes! It's a lot of references of forgiveness. Technically, because of the time travel shenanigans, Starlight's time travel damage is gone. Yes, it is gone. My point is not the things that are gone now. It's what would have happened. I also judge villains based on their victory because they can't win. Of course they can't win. There's a kid show. Starlight can't win because if she won and kept her ideals and kept fighting, the world will be destroyed. Everything will be destroyed. Everything. Gone. Everything was gone. Tirek, if he won, he would be the most thing to destroy everything as well. When we see this thanks to Starlight's and all the time things. If King Somber was still around, he would have caused a war. If Chrysalis was still around, she would be hunting down resistance members and taking them out slowly. If Luna would have won, and Nightmare Moon would still be a tyrannical ruler and banished her sister into the moon and stuff like that. We see the outcomes of what would happen if the villains lost. But above all of them, if Starlight won, everything's gone. That's my problem. It's all gone now. But it's the simple fact that she nearly succeeded in doing so. That's the thing. That's the crime. That is the thing. And she served nothing for it. Not even a slap on the wrist. Just like, okay, you're my student now. You're forgiven. And also, we're going to also have a double standard. You nearly caused all time and space to be ruptured, and the fact that everything was going to be destroyed. Also, was a dictator and enslaving ponies against their will on your own false ideals. But a character who boasts a lot and didn't even cause that much damage when she was technically a quote-unquote threat doesn't get a redeeming factor from Twilight. She is so utterly suspicious. Utterly, just like, that entire episode still ticks me off to this day. How she's looking at Trixie as this Tirek-like character who cannot be trusted no matter how many chances we give her, period. And it takes Starlight to be like, you just have to give her a chance? I mean, she didn't even do that much, and then, boom, friendship. So, it's really Twilight's just like a very flawed character. And that's why I really like her, but again, that's just it. Punishment, punishment mixed to good reason why they aren't punished and why they are punished is why I base things under. That's how I work. And the fact that she didn't even get so much as a scolding from Celestia, it's just like, all right. You just mess with time. You know, that thing you're not supposed to mess with. Whatever. Yeah, you talk about Starlight, but how is it different from how Sunset got off? Sunset was affecting two worlds. There are almost no punishment there. What do you mean she got no punishment? She's utterly reprimanded by multiple different people. Whenever this is no less handled in the second movie when she did her thing. All right, Sunset's motivations. She didn't want to be. She stopped being Celestia's student, ran away into the other world, stayed there, and slowly but surely took over a school. Let me say this again. Slowly but surely took over a school. School. How big is a school to you? A school. And then turned into a demon and had an idiotic plan to have teenagers take over Equestria, which would have been snapped away by Discord instantly. But she failed and got defeated by friendship, as per usual. She was in that crater, and then she had to learn a thing or two about friendship. She was not forgiven. She's giving a chance to redeem herself because she lost. And those chances to redeem herself, she's constantly reminded about how bad she was. She's constantly she's constantly having bad eyes being flown toward her because of what she did. And it took that entire movie and another movie and then half another movie to actually showcase that she is no longer a bad person. She redeemed herself properly. And plus, she took over a school and attempted to take over Equestria when she would have immediately lost and would have probably been put away in Tartarus or jail. All right? That's the thing. Starlight did the things. She took over the world. The entire world. Didn't take over the world. Destroyed it, basically. And took over her own town. Towns are bigger than schools. So, and if you want to say the townspeople are not really as populated as what a school would be, it's still a harder thing to do than a school. Alright, I get where you're coming from. Starlight and Sunset do have a lot of things correlating to the same things, but you have to also put into account a level of complexity to their motivations and how far they got into it. There's a point of no return. There's a point where you get to where you have to meet some sort of type of consequence for what you did. You get into a fight. A fight is led to detention. You get into a fight and you nearly cave the guy's head in. You nearly killed him. You nearly go to juvenile hall. You kill the man and then you decided with that killing you do more things from that fight. You go to jail and probably worse. There is escalation. To me, Sunsets is nowhere near as big as what Starlight did. That's where and that's the too long didn't read version. Fate and Starlight's was ready to change, the other didn't. Yeah, and that's another reason why I like Tirek. He's not a changeable guy. He has his motivations and he goes on doing it. He's not gonna let anyone change his ideals. My ideals are as such, and I will not change it for anything what you say. And my backstory is I just want to control things. Very straightforward. I love him. Angel Bunny. Best, I mean. Also, unlike Tirek, Starlight showed remorse and legitimately wanted to change, and because of the lessons and forgiveness, they let her go, and since she was no longer a threat. And see, that's where we come to the differences of why we like certain villains. You like the type of redeemable villains that have more of a conscience to them, and they believe that with the right amount of things they can change, and they are forgiven in that aspect because they want to be. My in terms of forgiveness, is not as big as I want as a villain to just be a villain. When you are a villain, you are a person who are and always will be a person that will not waver on their own ideals. Thanos would be a very Thanos wouldn't be so good if at some point Tony was like, you know, wiping away half of the universe is pretty stupid. And then Thanos is like, you know what, you're right. He takes off the Infinity Gauntlet, throws it down. People will commend him for being like, yeah, you're being rational. You're seeing that your ideal is not good. But it was because Thanos was so hard felt on his ideals and kept on with it, which is why I like Thanos as a villain. He never wavered. He's like, I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm doing what I need to do. In Tirek's case, he's like, I want to be this thing. I'm going to be this thing, and I will take out anyone who's going to get in my way. I like that villain. Starlight, she was a villain who was a redeemable character to begin with. She was going to be redeemed because of her backstory. Her backstory could garner sympathy from Twilight seeing that. Mercy is an important lesson to teach, but it's not my reasoning for saying that Tirek is a better villain. In that aspect, Starlight is a better sympathizer and a better villain in the sympathizing aspect, but not all around better villain. There we go. What's your chances of Spike purpose and potential in season 9? I don't know, growing bigger. The way the show is going, I'd say Tirek falls under the determined category, as in will never give up and doing what he does, because he does. That's what he does, and that's why I like Tirek, and that's why I find him to be the best. He showing unwavering passion in forms of absurdity against the people they're trying to fight against. I find that to be a good lesson myself. That's a matter of opinion. You can throw out opinions. We all do that. And again, you're making me appreciate Starlight a little bit more. I will say that with your arguments, but it's still not good enough to say that she trumps Tirek in my regard. Not everyone deserves mercy, but as we have seen in the show, showing Starlight mercy led to a bunch of good things and happened to such. That's not a villain, dude. That's not a villain. That's her being redeemed and her being a good guy. We're talking about her being a villain. That's it. I get it. Starlight. I already said Starlight is like the best character to me, right, Nick? In my top 3 main characters, it's Starlight, Starlight, Sunset, and Derpy. But Derpy's usually in like another category. But Starlight, Sunset, and Pinkie Pie. Those are the main top 3 characters. Derpy is on like another higher pedestal because they're good characters. She's not doing what she's doing because she's a villain. She's doing what she's doing because she's a good guy. We're talking about villains here. Villains. During her time of being an antagonist is what we're talking about. That's it. If Starlight wasn't forgiven and made Starlight student, then everyone would be prisoners of changelings and the world turned into darkness and planets and shadows. Because yes, I agree, and I like her for that. But it has nothing to do with her being a villain during the time period. I get that you like Starlight, and I like Starlight too. I already told you she's like the #1 in my top 3. But we're talking about Tirek is the best villain because of these reasons. Starlight is a better villain because of these reasons, but I disagree because I believe that Tirek did a better job of being an overall opposing figure, did his thing, would have won if it wasn't for a MacGuffin, while Starlight won because she stopped fighting and her ideals were crushed by Twilight, so it was more of a character over character reason, while it was a BS reason for Tirek. So I find Tirek to be better. Starlight's aftermath means nothing to her villainhood in the past. You can introduce Starlight as just this new character, and she could still do all that stuff, and it would not change anything. It just has the emotional weight and background of the fact that she used to be an antagonist. That's it. Starlight only got mercy because she was a pony. It was Twilight, Discord would be around to Twilight. Pony redeeming. Is it a sexist thing? Starlight and Chrysalis got a chance for forgiveness while Tirek goes to Tartarus and Sombra was blown up. You know, weirdly, you bring it up like that makes me actually kind of think, like, what's a male villain that got a redemption arc? What's a male villain that got a yeah, you got Discord, but he was first turned to stone. He was first turned back into stone and was about to be threatened to turn back into stone after the first signs of uncertainty. So you have Discord on your belt. Good on you on that. But yeah. Terry got thrown to Tartarus and Sombra just blown up. Granted, they did have the personality of people who look like they were not going to change regardless, which is, again, another reason why I like them. I find it interesting how not every villain is evil. Yeah. Yeah, and it's me saying that Tirek's evil nature is what makes me like him. That's it. I believe that Tirek was sent to Tartarus because he was irredeemable, untamable danger to society. Can't we're at the season finale. Can't wait either. What if there's an episode in Crush Your Girls, or is the girls graduate from CS and she continues? I can see that. They just have to do it. I mean, if they're going to change the status quo, change the status quo in that aspect too. In Starlight's case, you can't condemn her for something she technically didn't do because time travel. How about? Okay, let's come to a compromise here. My argument for that matter is the fact that if she won, things would be so horrible. But since you're saying due to time travel shenanigans, it didn't happen, making it so that her motivations for even doing it didn't exist. So she's basically not even a person to begin with. She's basically a brand new person. The only bad thing she ever did, the second bad thing she did, doesn't exist. All right, we're only going with the fact that she was a cult leader, and that's it. All right. Okay, let's come to that compromise. All right. She's still a better villain than she's not a better villain than Tirek. Because if you're gonna just negate everything she did the second time around and only go with the first thing she did, she lost. She only did to a town. Tirek got the entire Magic of Equestria, was a more imposing figure, and if he succeeded, more things would have been destroyed. There we go. So there's that. Starlight is a redeemable character. And if you're going to write away all of the misdeeds she did during her time in the second time she showed up, then yes. But this is an argument about best villain. Tirek's best villain because of all the reasons I said prior. So if you're going to write away another good villain feat of all Starlight's did and not having her face any of the consequences, have it so that none of it's ever been done, let's agree with that then. None of it she did was, everything she did did not do. All right. So there we go. But it doesn't change my mind even in the slightest of forms. It just makes me actually feel like as though that Starlight's deeds and transgressions mean nothing now. But I still see Starlight as the best character. Do you think anything might have changed due to them messing with time, or do you believe everything was fixed? I believe that since, you know, multiverse theory is always a thing, we just got a taste as the multiverse of what would have happened. You know, there's a universe out there, there's a timeline where the main six did not become friends, but everything still went as way as it did. And so without the main six becoming friends and them becoming, you know, the party that we know of today, villains did win, villains did lose, villains did fight other villains and stuff like that. Other things happens. We're just in a timeline where things are just good. So we just got a taste of timelines that still exist. Just because you negate the fact they exist, they are still going on in their own separate timeline. But we don't have to care about them because we're not in that timeline, right? That's it. The only way that those timelines can come back if someone tries to merge timelines together, but I don't see them ever doing that. So it's not about deserve, it's about what you believe, and I believe in mercy under certain circumstances. Also, yes, because she tried to cause it. Hirota is pissed. Yeah, definitely pissed. She hates people messing with time. Messing with time is like the worst thing. Also, Starlight's only became a villain because she kidnapped the main six before that. Everyone in her village voluntarily gave up their cutie marks and decided to stay. Her biggest boo-hoo was lying. If I'm going into something that I believe will make me better and you're lying to me, that's bad. All right? Her biggest boo-hoo is lying. Lying is bad. I don't know if you know about this, but plagiarism is also bad, and lying that you plagiarize is bad. Lying is bad. Lying has always been bad. I'm in a cult. I believe in this thing, and I willingly gave you my quote-unquote servitude to make you think you're going to make my life better. You're lying to me, though, because you're actually making me more miserable because I'm not understanding true happiness. That's bad, all right? You can say how bad it is on your spectrum, but in the end, it's bad. And now this argument is not even about her being a villain. It's actually her just being a character that isn't even a villain. So why are you bringing this up? She's not even a good villain. She's a horrible villain, if that's the case. You're making her a horrible villain, just a character now. So where's this going? I'm honestly kind of confused. Where's this going? Are you trying to make Starlight just such a sympathized character that it makes it so that she's not even an antagonist? She's just a character who was wronged by the actual villains of the story, the MLP, the main six. And she was just brought into circumstances, and it's thanks to her doing what she did, the life is better because of it. Making it so she's not a good villain. She's actually a terrible villain. She's one of the worst villains of all of MLP. And it's just Tirek. Again, that's why I believe he's the best villain. That's it. I'm getting double. Are you trying to advocate for her being a good villain, or advocate for her just being not a villain at all and actually being a sympathizably good character with no bad qualities whatsoever, and everything can be written off with the simple flick of the wrists? Because you just saying her lying to an entire group of people about their standing is just a boo-hoo thing, kind of just makes it so that she just sucks as a villain. But as a good character, which isn't a villain, she's fine. Ugh. I honestly think the pony law for Tartarus is to take away pony magic. You will be in hell, but saying no redemption at all is because friendship is. It's hard to write a good story, but they do a mediocre job at it. First movie was a bit cluster, so many things didn't make it play sense. Yeah, even not even joking. I've been RPing for almost 2 years on the dragon thing I always used to talk about. I still plan to make it to the series, but I have no clue what's gonna happen. Thing is, no one felt offended by Starlight in universe. They're all forgiving her. People watch the show just personally dislike her and want to see her suffer. What? People watching the show just personally dislike her? I love her. She's the best character in MLP ever since Sunset became like a redeemable character. Who are you referring to? It's like, is it the majority of people, or just this minute area that you seem to always stumble across? Because I love Starlight. She's just not the best villain in my eyes. That's it. Starlight is the best character, bar none, because I love her every time she's on screen. She's so hilarious, and her being like extremely powerful for who she is, and her background, and how she's actually redeeming herself with Sunburst. I love their interactions with each other. Just her time of being a villain is lackluster to me. That's it. Tirek is OP. Discord is less OP, but still super OP. Spike should also have the chance to be with Rarity in Season 9. Alex Jones and Smash. Has anyone else noticed that there hasn't been a lot of Derpy? She's showing up every now and again, but yeah, she doesn't get like her own personal thing. I want her to get her own personal episode, personally, but you know. You want to be super technical, Starlight is a barely villain because her time travel junk allowed the other villains to win. So you have to pick one then. You have to pick one. You either write away all things she did during a villain, thus having all my points about that being there, thus not making her a good villain, or make it so that it does happen, thus keeping all my other points of that matter invalid, still not making her a good villain. You gotta pick one, man. You're actually not really okay. I don't get it. I'm kind of confused of where this argument is trying to go. I'm honestly kind of lost. Okay, it's either you're trying to advocate for her being good or advocate for her being evil. You can't do both. You can't have it so you write away all the things she did, but also make it so that everything she did happen, so it makes it so that she's the best villain because she made the other guys win. When in the actuality, the only reason why villains are villains is because they go against our heroes, and if the heroes aren't even in the same, standing that we know, being the main six, it doesn't really matter, does it? Tirek probably won because no one was there to really stop him. No one was there to really stop him at that time, so, like, what's the deal? You seem derpy. Okay, I'll stop talking about how awesome Gleamy is. The villain part. Yeah, I like Starlight. I love her. She's awesome. Just in the villain aspect, it's hard for me to say that she's better than Tirek. Train to a halt. Shijin was redeemed. Yeah, he was. Kinda. He was redeemed, but he has more of a thing to fall back on. He felt betrayed, felt lonely, and then this evil black creature thing said, "Hey, I could be your friend." He's like, "I guess." And then boom, he's evil because he has also another evil, malevolent creature also possessing him. So yeah, he was redeemed for an actual other purpose. And plus, it was kind of also Star Sword also admitted that it was sort of his fault not understanding things about friendship. Yeah, it's fine. That's the whole thing. We're having a civil disagreement. We're not enemies. We're not enemies. We're just having a civil disagreement about certain characters and what they think. You're not attacking me, and I'm not trying to attack you. This is why I put this up. This is fun, actually. Having fun. I love debating like this. It's fun. Best villain is a whole cult organized around the dislikes of changelings or dragons and taking action. Oh. You two should box each other like other YouTubers. Make big money. No, I'm not. I'm a pacifist. I can't fight for crap. Starlight could have been a good villain, but she isn't. Yeah, a lot of villains could have been the best villains of MLP. Person said at the beginning of this, earlier in the stream, that Chrysalis' execution, if done more correctly, would have been terrifying, and I agree. But it wasn't executed that way, so I can't count it. I can't count for speculation. I can't count for that. Starlight isn't even a villain, and Chrysalis stopped being a villain after season 6, and she just turned into someone with a childish need for revenge, as well as a teeny bit of schizophrenia. Compromise. I think she's the best villain, but it's okay if you don't. Yeah. Tirek is good for you, and that's fine. Again, sorry about making her. I'm not frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm having fun. That's the difference. I'm having fun. If I was frustrated, I'd be walking around, jogging a bit, and being like, "Oh my God, you're not paying attention to what I'm saying. You're clearly paying attention to what I'm saying, and I'm clearly paying attention to what you're saying." But I'm just kind of confused when what you're trying to advocate for Starlight. The more you talk about the greatness that she is talking about when she was good. And what she did when she was a villain, but trying to justify her means to not make it so it's a villain. Villains have almost unjustifiable methods when going up against villains, going up against our protagonists and stuff like that. So when it comes to like that, the whole thing about change my mind is that we have our two opinions and then we oppose each other. If you come out with this reason and say why it's better than my reason, and then I can think about it and say, yeah, okay. You get it. Say put it like this. Say Starlight somehow, in some way, manipulated Celestia, Cadence, Luna, and Twilight in a way, in her forms of being a good friend. And then, in that sudden moment, she was able to take away their magic, use that magic for an untyrannical bit of time, destroyed the Crystal Castle, and then they had to rebuild in that way. In that sense, yes, I would say Starlight and her motivation is revolved around a better use of the loose friend trope, of the loss of a friend trope, loss of someone you care about trope. Then yes, she would destroy Tirek in my likability standard. That's it. But she didn't do that. I just find Tirek to be the better villain, and since it's an opinion-based thing of how I like tyrannical people who are sticking to their ideals and never gonna have anyone to say otherwise to them, and also just hulking massive destruction. And also got there due to his words and cunning alone. I gotta like that about him. Or for Tirek, it's that epic anime fight scene in Twilight. If I was highlighting the episode for me, it was see. And I'll say this: on the last day of school, high school, last day of high school before I had to go to college, me and my friends put up MLP episodes in a classroom filled with teenagers. No one cared about the first 2 episodes, which was Pinky Pride, and I think the second episode was part 1 of the season 4 finale. No one was looking at the screen. We were just watching. Me and my friends were just watching it and having a good old time. Then the third episode came out, and it was the second part of season 2. People's eyes were glued to the screen. The rest of the entire episode, after the fight scene. People were curious. They were interested in My Little Pony. Teenagers in a classroom, which were like 30-something people. All of them looking at the screen, watching it, and being just like, man, this is a show. And so that's another reason. That's not like a true good reason to say, hey, Tirek's the best villain because he actually managed to make real life people interested in the show. But I will say that is definitely a highlight. Can Icon go to parallel universes? If yes, then there needs to be a fight between Holier Than Thou Judo and Black Killer Judo. See, I like where you're coming from, Gabi. And yes, Icon can traverse through any place that he wants to be. Any place with the concept of nothingness, you can go there with no problem. But the problem here is the spoiler territory. Can't really talk that much about it. Starlight should represent the element of unity, Trixie, element of forgiveness, Discord, element of reliability, Ember, the element of compassion, Thorax, element of serenity, and Spike, the element of awesome. I'm sorry, courage. Shit, that makes so much sense. I like this. I like this banter. I like this banter too. That's why I really wanted to make this live stream. I want to make more live streams like this because I like banter. I like it. I love it. As long as we both know we're not trying to hurt each other and we just know we're just clashing opinions. Just like actually previous episode already showcased, words should not go into a fiery pit of inferno. Words should just be civil disputes and that's it. Because in the end, I don't know this guy's background. He doesn't know my background. And we're talking about a freaking little kid show. There's no reason to really take it as seriously as that. I like getting passionate and being like, man, you're actually making me think about my points. And that's just it. I like people thinking about their points. And this guy clearly was thinking about his points. Matt Luna did get to her part rescue group Ruby villains. Yeah. You think we would get a character that watches over time in season 9? Yeah, it would be kind of like what Starlight was technically doing. It's weird how they didn't bring it up, though. That's the only problem. They didn't bring it up, the fact. Because in certain episodes, you can see Starlight kind of in the background, hiding behind stuff. But they didn't bring up the fact that she was watching them. Which is, I could be wrong. If you can tell me like a timestamp of where she says, I was watching you this entire time, and I've been trying to gain your weaknesses or whatever. Then yeah, but a villain who's been in the shadows, like the Pony of Shadows, watching, waiting, like Taskmaster in the new Spider-Man game, sitting somewhere, just watching, waiting, looking for your weaknesses, and about to use them against you. Yeah, I like a villain like that, definitely. What's your thoughts of the lovely Scarlett Johansson making an appearance in MLP in the future? Interesting. I know her only as Black Widow, so being a good villain does not mean you can ability to change into a good guy. Being a good villain is how you're opposed to your enemies. Starlight lost the Talk No Jutsu, and Tirek lost the bullcrap. and there we go. It also defines on what your definition of a villain really is. My definition of a villain is kind of like with Thanos. If Thanos gave up his ideals, said, I'm never going to, I'm sorry for thinking that snapping my fingers and disintegrating half of life was going to work, and he takes off the gauntlet and fails, that's a bad villain. A villain is a hero, but opposite. You don't see a hero giving up his ideals once he finds a villain that has somewhat of a sympathetic backstory. You don't see that. A villain is a person who stands by what he believes in and continues to do so until he is beaten down to the point where he cannot fight anymore. And being thrown in hell can do that to you. So And Starlight, she had good villain motifs, but she lost both times, and I believe she didn't have better execution. In the end, she's still my second favorite character. First favorite. Second favorite villain, first favorite character. There we go. Can you define villain? Alright. I think I pretty much already defined it. Again, your villain is whatever you want a villain to be. A true villain is a true opposite of a hero. A person with ideals that will not be wavered, and he will continue on his ideals until he cannot fight anymore. That's it. That's basically bare bones what I believe a villain really is. The people who encompass this so far is Chrysalis, because right now she has not been Talk No Jutsu-fied. In fact, she rejected Talk No Jutsu. She rejected it from Starlight. Tirek, Sombra, because he got killed. Discord, no longer a villain. He got Tuck no Jutsu by Fluttershy. Starlight, no more. Sunset, no more. That's what we mean. So when we get villains who just stand by what they believe is right for themselves and selfishly, that's a villain to me. Can we at least agree that Sunset sucked as a villain? Yeah, there's no way she actually thought her teenage army would win in Equestria. Yeah. In the same video that I was talking about being the best villain, they pretty much already said, yeah, Sunset would not have worked out, bringing a bunch of teenagers and stuff like that to Equestria. He can think of 1, 2, 3, 4 main reasons why they would lose instantly. Now, you can go off on the matter of, well, Princess Luna and Princess Celestia, they would not know what to do if they had to fight, quote-unquote, themselves. But then again, you would have to go up with the matter of speculation of when they go throughout the portal, they would actually automatically know how to use their abilities in magic. When Twilight was so confused as to what to do when she first became a human. Yeah. Obviously the best villain in terms of opposing the good guys. The main 6 had to pull a surprise transformation, and they themselves had no idea that yeah, the box could have just made the castle and that's it. They had no way of knowing. Zero way. It was all left to chance. And the fact that this is a kid show, to chance that that box was going to give them unbelievable power, that they were going to beat them. That's it. And that's just it. So I think Chrysalis is jealous of all the other creatures, is strung one another instead of her. Correctamundo. Sombra was a good villain too. It just looked like Crystal Heart being repaired to destroy him. Yeah. Needs point. She was a villain to understand what he's looking after. That's the reason I like Thanos so much, because he sees himself as a hero. He does, and that's why I like him. That's why many people love Thanos in the Marvel universe. I love this guy. I just really hope he doesn't get like thrashed later down the line in the next movie. I want him to have a good fight until he inevitably has to lose. It's fine. Sorry for your English. It's fine. I understand what you're saying. Tirek is special in that he's physically and mentally impressive. He looks like a musclehead at first, but he's seriously overplayed that conception. Yes, I'm happy about that, because an overgrown musclehead would just outright just find all of his mannerisms to be nothing but destruction. And while they did have a moment of that, Twilight also contributed. So it's also saying that Twilight is just as brain dead as Musclebound. No, they were fighting each other because Twilight was heating in passion at that point. Her tree was destroyed, and to be completely honest, it was Tirek who's like, we're at an impasse here. Fighting will get us nowhere. A musclehead would never stop fighting. So he's like, we're at an impasse. If we continue to fight like this, it's not going to work. So how about this? You're a hero, right? You're a good guy. Here's your friends. Give me all your magic. You get your friends back. Don't give me them. Guess they're going to die. Or something like that. Look at that. So that's why I like Tirek. He bargains the right way. Oh. Tirek was not the character that made me like MLP though. Yeah, it wasn't the main reason why I like MLP either. I liked MLP because of the Discord actually. It wasn't until Discord really showed up that I really started to like the series. Tirek just helped. Right, Tirek wasn't power. Chrysalis wants to lead. Wants power. Chrysalis wants to lead. It all changes in doing things her way. Sombra wants the kingdom back. Discord wants chaos. Starlight wants to rid the world of cutie marks. Nightmare Moon wants to bring eternal night, and Stygian wants to drown the world in darkness. So really, the strength of their resolve makes the difference in some cases, a lot of cases, yeah. In others, their purpose is just dumb. Yeah. Well, this guy's hands cancer was a rival to Rarity and Spike's affection and blah. I don't believe that would make much sense, but alright. Who's a better villain? Darkseid or Thanos? Since I don't know Darkseid as much as Thanos, I gotta go for Thanos. And as much as I know about Thanos, I think the Infinity Gauntlet pretty much trumps anything that Darkseid has really showcased, pretty much. I do remember Darkseid being thrown into the giant wall thing of DC Universe, but that's about it. Does that kind of known rep is 10? Charles really knows, but he won't tell. I don't know. Historical Equestria is a YouTube channel run about a beautiful human industry. This video about Equestria history. Their video is very good. Okay. That mean or. My grammar policy. It's fine. I am too. What's your excuse? That's sure a graphic release. Oh please, we all know that Chrysalis will be redeemed. Hasbro cannot resist her potentially Gorger's reform changeling form. Hey, I wasn't saying I never said that Chrysalis wasn't ever going to be redeemed. I'm just saying the current roster of villains who have not had their resolve broken was Sombra, Chrysalis, and Tirek. That's it. I'm not saying that she's not going to get redeemed. She's still out there, and Talk No Jutsu can still probably work. It just takes time. Alright? I never said it wasn't going to happen. Just saying it didn't happen yet. And that's why I kind of still like Chrysalis now. Because she rejected Talk No Jutsu. It doesn't change the fact she still rejected Talk No Jutsu in the beginning. It can still come back to her. Still come back. Trust me, it can. But right now, nothing. I don't work on speculation. I work on what we have now. And even Tirek can be redeemed. He can. It would just be hard. Everyone can be redeemed. I'm also an advocate that every person can be redeemed. Even though you cause mass genocide to your people, the diamonds can still be redeemed in Steven Universe, even though they cause mass genocide on their people. Yet still, they're precious little snowflakes that just need a hug from their sister. That's it. But redemption, it's always possible. It's always possible. It's just how far you're willing to go and how far you're willing to accept the BS. That's a whole nother story. Yes, Chrysalis. Her resolve is shattering and she no longer has a good purpose. But Tirek, I kind of want villains that where it's all redeemed villains back. They're evil siders. That's a chaos ensue. And Tirek is an advocate for this, saying, "Hey, Discord, I remember you being much better than this. What the hell happened to you? You're a whipping boy? Oh wow. You should be better." And then it worked, and he was back to being an antagonist at least. But you know how that turned out. So yeah, I definitely want a Sinister Six. That's definitely a thing I want to happen in the future. I don't think it make him less villain. The guy who wants only power, that's his only motivation. I want all the power. I want all the magic in Equestria. I don't see how you're gonna do a fair trade in that. Many ways villain can be called good. Some of the best villains are those who think their way is right, like Thanos. How about villain who goes after all villains, even all redeemed villains? Like a Stain. You redeem Tirek, you gotta get him Mirror Princess or something. It's only a fair trade. This brings power. You can understand that. It's possible. It's a possibility. There's only still quite a few Starlight haters, by the way. I'm glad you like her, though. She's fantastic. I honestly have to talk to anyone who honestly believes Starlight is a bad character. I gotta talk to them. That's why I was fighting so hard. Starlight is appreciated. I don't see why. I thought she was actually really appreciated from the. I think it's because it's just my current subscriber base. They like her, so. But I don't know the entire rest of the MLP fan base. I don't know if it's a majority, a minority, that hater character, but I find Starlight to be one of the best inclusions to the series, period. Starlight is a hell of a good character, I agree. My problem is, oh, here we go. Yes, but Sombra's everything else was broken. A former friend of mine and I argued about a death battle, and now he just stopped talking to each other. Wow, really? Jesus Christ. That sucks. Do you watch other MLP reactors? If so, which ones? I personally like Apple Geek and Red Ash. Yeah, Apple Geek, Red Ash, Johnny Fireflame, the Flame Shark, those guys, yeah. Go look up Hello Future on writing villains in the future. Okay. And how? Yeah, no. Appreciate Twilight as much. Can't appreciate Twilight as much. All snowflakes. Snowflakes. What's your favorite anime? My favorite anime is Tengen Toppa and Gurren Lagann. Due to its incredible episode structure, its great characters, and its overall power scaling. It's great. Ippo is also a good anime and manga. Have you seen the season 8 finale? Do you think who do you think is the villain? Do you become a favorite? I think I've said this multiple times in the thing, but I don't know when you showed up. But I already know Koza Glow is going to be the villain because it's pretty much been built up that way. Have not seen the season 8 finale yet, but I'm pretty sure Koza Glow is going to be the villain. It's pretty obvious after the previous episode. The previous episode revolving around the Tree of Harmony coming into the place. You would have to be hard pressed not to believe that she's evil at that point. Depending on her motivation. Right now, she just seems like a kid. Right now, she just seems like a little kid who apparently has the brains of a mastermind. And I need to know her motivation. Why she wants to do this. Does she want to be a tyrannical ruler? I don't know. So until I get more information about her character, it revolves around that. Right now, I already have a negative bias. I already have a negative bias on villains who are the surprise. Look out! Look at me! I'm the villain. Haha! You didn't see that coming, did you? I already have a negative bias towards that. Not saying that it's gonna completely make it so it's impossible for her to be on my favorites list. Just saying she has an uphill battle. You want to argue, but you're it's all right. Yeah, I can't force you to argue, but you know you can. I'm good with I'm fine with reading bad grammar. Hell, I have bad grammar myself. I'm good at reading my own handwriting. My main anime is Pokemon. You watched the ending of AT Adventure Time? No, have not. Have not watched it. I need to. Me and Josh are planning on watching the episodes we haven't watched yet, because right now I think we're still in season 7. So I can't watch the ending because I don't know. I won't know what's going on. I am, however, spoiled on the fact that Marceline and Princess Bubblegum are now a true lesbian relationship, which they've been pretty much hinting and hyping up for a long ass time. So I'm not surprised. But that's the only thing I know. I'm cool with Starlight. There's still a lot of Starlight is Sunset 2.0, and she's a Mary Sue, and she's the writer's pet, and she's a psychopath. Yes, and doesn't deserve to be there. Okay, well, let me address the Mary Sue bit. She is shown on multiple occasions to have hard times dealing with the fact that she used to be a villain, as shown in the episode where she was being with Trixie, that she is with Trixie, and she constantly spews out negative emotion throughout her horn. So, no, she's not a Mary Sue. Mary Sues can easily not do that. She also shows that she has a lot of disagreements with a lot of characters. And again, okay, Mary Sue thing, debunked. Mary Sues are 100% perfect, and it already showcased Starlight isn't perfect. She's a writer's pet. How does that... that can go to like every single character in MLP if you're talking about how she's been treated throughout the writing process of many different episodes. Every single character is the writer's pet because they're all the writers in creation. So that's a dumb thing. And she's a psychopath and doesn't deserve to be there. What has she done that's psychopathic? What has she done that's psychopathic? In all actuality, after the whole villain scenario, her being redeemed. After her being redeemed, she didn't kill anyone in the end. Like, if we're going off what you said and all the things she could have done, she really has not done it. I still blame her for the fact that it could have happened and she got no punishment for it. But the fact that she, in the end, did not actually hurt anyone. So she's not psychopathic in that aspect. However, I don't see the psychopathic nature. So yeah, those people don't make any sense. I don't see why they say any of those things. And Starlight in Sunset 2.0, every single time a person gets redeemed can be anyone 2.0. It's called redeeming factors. That's just the thing that happens, guys. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you that. I don't understand the hate either. It makes no sense. Ugh. Gotta say, the freaking twist in the manga hits so hard. Yeah, you haven't read it. see it coming. If Discord's been turned to stone for 1,000 years, how old is he? Have no clue. We have no clue when he started his rule and whatever. Have no clue. He could be hundreds of thousands of years old for all we freaking know. We don't know the lifespan of a Draconicus, so. But we do know he was known by Tirek, so definitely old. Hello, I'm Murder Hellfire. Would you like the boiling cup of purple water? You won't kill. That won't kill you. Like I was saying, if Discord's been turned to stone for 1,000 years, how old is he? I have no clue. The aging process is definitely weird. I have no clue. Actually, grammar says, and here's a theory. Sorry if I missed it. Who's your favorite pony? My favorite pony is in a top 3 of Starlight, Sunset, and Pinkie Pie. And how I always find it funny that the 2 redeemable characters from one being from another universe is still my favorite pony and forms my favorite characters. So I had to go strictly through ponies. It's Starlight, Pinkie Pie, and Starlight, Pinkie Pie, and not really fit outside of Twilight. I gotta say that. Sure. Maybe Discord is actually Celestia's imaginary friend from a long time ago. Bing bong. Yeah, Disney has oversaturated their content with twist villains. I miss straightforward villains. Yeah. That's why Celestia enjoys this company so much. Yeah, I didn't care about the lesbian crap. Need more better moments, but that's one anything for you. Well, I wasn't advocating for the lesbian crap. I'm just letting you know that's the only thing I know. I only saw the kiss. That's it. That's it. I don't really care about the lesbian crap either. I find it just to be like, okay, cool, neat. Now, what about Finn and Jake and all those other characters? So I need to wait until I actually catch up. But I see your view on that, so that's cool too. Do you feel royal problem? No. Do you feel royal problem ruined the princesses? Cause I am. Starlight is a kid in my mine, a stupid fool kid. A royal problem actually made me appreciate the princesses a lot more, considering that we see more of their humanity, quote unquote. Yeah, quote unquote. Because throughout the entire series, we get this Celestia's regal figure, and that has somewhat of a quirky side to her, but that's about it. But in this episode, we got the fact that there's like a domestic dispute between the family. Celestia wants to be like, hey Luna, how you doing? And then Luna's like, I'm too tired to care, shut up. And then it makes you wonder, it's like, okay, stuff like this, along with the fact that Luna felt underappreciated, would lead to Luna doing what she did, and it kind of like that. And the dynamic between the two, and also seeing what would have happened if Celestia was driven through madness and jealousy. We get Storm, whatever her friggin' name is, Daybreaker, and I'm like, oh wow, that's good. I will admit that having Starlight say, all right, I'm just gonna switch your cutie marks without their consent is a little bit on the highball scale here, but it's something I can look past because it did lead to pretty awesome moments in the long run. So yeah, I agree in certain aspects, but I wouldn't call her a stupid fool kid. Some people think that Starlight is getting too much attention, you know, the whole Starlight Glimmer show thing. I will admit that she is getting a little bit more attention than she should, but I believe that a lot of characters are getting a lot more attention than the actual characters, the actual main characters themselves. Now that we got like the new students at the school, other scenarios are popping up. It's just that's just what happens when the status quo comes into play. When you have the status quo, in the end, if you don't like Starlight, you have a whole other 4 to 4.5 seasons where Starlight was not in the play. So there you go. You have an entire 4.5 seasons of nothing but your of the main 6 characters. They realize they can't keep using this formula, so they need to put more characters, and those other characters, being the students and Starlight, have to take more of a forefront because now you have more scenarios to do. I don't see the problem here. What is the problem here? It's their fault they're not doing episodes with Celestia and Luna. It's their fault. I would like to see more episodes with Celestia and Luna just being characters. Kind of a character question. Would any of Nobody Cries for Nothing characters be it demons or angels, icon or judo, god or his timeout son Lucifer, watch MLP, and who would be their favorite character? Well, judo karate icon. Judo karate icon. Most of the angels, most characters would actually watch MLP. But someone watch it out of irony, and others watch it because they generally like it. Karate would definitely find more solace in liking the CMC because of their childish nature, and it will remind her of the three kids that she took care of when she was living in New York, and that would make sense because it's like Denise and all them. It would definitely remind her of them and like their childhood spirit. Judo would like Starlight, technically, because he likes those type of characters, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to spend too much on that. Just know a lot of my characters would like MLP. We need a Royal Guard episode. Be great. Actually, that could work out and get more development with the Shining Armor, with how he is when it comes to being Captain of the Royal Guard. We need OG MLP writers back. In my mind, Trixie was not a villain the first time she saw her. Yeah, she definitely was. She was not a villain at all, which is why I question why Twilight was so defensive on her coming back. Literally the only bad thing she did, and she wasn't even 100% control into it. What is wrong with you, Twilight? What is wrong with you? While you got other people who have done way worse. Way worse. Phase or Luna, Discord, and Spike. MLP movie 2017. Escape from Midnight Castle. Plus. Hey, Kingdom. I like the fact that Luna sleeps during the day and works during the night. It's great. I want Daybreak to be a legit villain. I want her to be a series season finale. I would cap the series off as well. It started with Nightmare Moons, end with Daybreaker. I can see that. Then using that first episode as a means to say, hey, no one's incorruptible. No one's incorruptible. Even your princess, Princess of the Sun, can still be corrupted in a way. And having it so she is corrupted to turn to Daybreaker at the end of the series definitely would be a highlight. Definitely. I just hope we get Grogar before then. Just thinking of Icon being caught while reading MLP comics or trying to pass it off as something just amusing. To be like perfectly honest with Icon's personality into play, he'd probably write it off as like he wants people to see him reading that kind of stuff. Different tales were the ones who brought the Ursa. Yeah, I already brought this up in the mini debate that me and Aldabel had. It's like it's nothing about Trixie's fault with that at all. Well, 25% at least. Okay. Any others? I figured out Starlight's character. Two Green Lantern, aka Dumbass 2, who does they never go through. Got almost up a butter box. Trixie used to boost the growth essentially when Justice action. I've not been able to see more of that series actually. One thing that pisses me off is when people say Starlight is more powerful than Twilight. The Pony of Shadows said that Starlight's magic is I think it was really talking about Twilight's magic is comparable to Star Swirl's, and it was thanks to the help with Starlight that you were able to beat them. So that's not a real feat. In actuality, yeah, Twilight has more magical base potential. It's just when forms of being a unicorn, she definitely does have capabilities that is rivaling that, but not more powerful. Definitely not. I stopped listening because the coworker was talking. Starlight became an element of harmony. I would feel nothing because I honestly believe the elements of harmony should stop being a thing. I thought they actually stopped being a thing, and they just bring up the fact that their like main trait of being who they are is still very apparent, despite them not being attributed to an element anymore. I don't find the elements as a thing they need to really hark back to anymore. I just see them as their characters, and they just have one real good trait that they know that they're good at. That's it. But it'll be fine. They can do it, and just know that it's not something I advocate for. Not just Shining Armor. I'm talking. Yeah, I know. I'm saying they can do things I'm saying they have no excuse because they can clearly make an episode revolving around Shining Armor and his relationship with the other Royal Guards, having more of the emphasis be about what the Royal Guards go through, and have a Royal Guard episode. That's what I mean. So I'm just giving Hasbro an excuse to make one, just so they can say, well, we can't just make an episode about some random Royal Guard member. Then make Shining Armor the catalyst, and then have it be so that we see more Royal Guards members, and just have that be a thing. It's very easy. I can write it for you if you want me to. Not convinced that Starlight isn't stronger than. I'm not convinced that Starlight isn't stronger than Twilight. Clearly, the princesses aren't that strong. It's possible that Starlight is stronger. Alicorn Magic already showcased in Celestia's case that she is able to move the sun, while 5 great wizards had trouble doing it by themselves. Meaning that when you are an Alicorn, you do have more magical potential. The whole thing is, you could say Twilight has a stronger magical potential and output level than Starlight, but you can also argue that Starlight has a better understanding and a better tactics in using her magic than Twilight does. Say Twilight can blow up a mountain, Starlight can blow up a building. However, due to destructive capability not always meaning everything in a battle, Starlight can still get an upper hand on Twilight because she has better smarts in using her magical abilities. That's it. But it doesn't mean that she's stronger than Twilight. It just means she can probably beat her at a game of wits. You know, so for a good while, Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. Yeah, after their redemption arc, they just don't exist anymore. 4 princes are equal to several cities of ponies. We need some grit in the series. I really want Diamond Tiara and Starlight to adopt a little sister like Rainbow Scouts. Lieutenant to Reverb, Private Gus, Private Trooper, and Private Hero so far. Might promote Gwen to Sergeant instead. I always kind of thought that Discord's Chaos Power wasn't about amount of magic, since it would be bull if reality bending power lost to princesses. It just that his magic doesn't cost much. The whole thing is also personality. You also have to put personality into play. When I see Discord, I see him as a person who's trying not to hurt anyone and just trying to have his own fun. That's it. And he does things psychologically to keep people out of his way. But he's never going to snap his fingers and suddenly reality is going to distort your body into nothingness, like what Bill Cipher would do, for instance. So there's that. But here's the thing. For Discord, for him to snap his fingers and still have his chaos energy, reality bending for him is just fun. And so he's not going to hurt anyone. And he lost to the princesses because of due to his own hubris. He believes that he's so much better than them and that these elements of harmony. Besides, he didn't lose. He actually was defeating them. He was destroying the princesses. And if it wasn't for the elements of harmony, this MacGuffin that is pretty much overpowered in any degree, without them, he would have always ruled. That's it. So it wasn't the princesses' power that overtook Discord. It was the elements of harmony, which overtake any power, it seems. Maybe Starlight's stronger than Twilight because Twilight wasn't come to Alicorn powers yet. So that's years upon years of practice. Yeah, definitely. That's just it. It all depends on experience. Experience trumps everything. And Starlight seemed to have been honing her magic for a lot. I'm not going to say for a lot longer than Twilight, because Twilight and her have been really much on the same spectrum of power output. It's the fact that that Twilight now has to come to accustom to this newfound body she's currently still trying to get used to. Slow it down. It's been 3 hours. Yeah, it has. I need to actually end the stream. That's why the MLP villain. How would you classify the MLP villain? Which ones are evil just to be evil, and who are evil for other reasons? You have Starlight, who is evil for other reasons, but you can attribute her evilness to just her own selfish gain, getting in the way of other people's ideals. You can't really say Chrysalis, because she was only trying to help out her people, which isn't inherently evil. She's just trying to help out, a food source. She needs food for her people and herself. Sombra clearly is a dictator, so that's evil just for the sake of being evil. And Tirek, that's evil for the sake of being evil. He wants power, and that's what he's gonna do. And he doesn't care if he hurts people to get with. It really depends on how much they're willing to hurt and how much their motive and thing is willing to drive them forward. Luna slash Nightmare Moon's thing can be justifiable because, you know, it's the seed of her own hate and jealousy that got to it. So she's not being evil for the sake of being evil. She's being evil for the sake that she feels that she's been wronged. So I kind of like Tirek to fuel, but so it really works with Discord engine. Yeah, weird. It's admittedly is kind of weird that Tirek became strong enough to get Discord's magic. I mean, if Discord is so stupidly strong, should Tirek have been able to do that? The context of the matter is Tirek was so taken aback. It was so taken aback about being betrayed that he was caught off guard to the point where it's kind of like the Dragon Ball effect. You're completely overpowered unless you're caught off guard. Goku can get almost killed by a laser beam, a straight up wall level laser beam if you catch him off guard. So for Discord, he was so taken aback that he was being betrayed by Tirek that Tirek took that opportunity and that small moment of weakness to take his magic away. That's what I got from the scene anyway. That, and also he was somewhat relative to his strength in forms of a base power output. So you think the mean six? Would you like the mean six to return? I think it'd be fine, but I don't see how. Have you seen any Finalfo? If so, I'm impressed. Final 2 weeks away. Yeah, the only thing, I'm not even technically calling the thing that I saw a spoiler. I just need no context to it. Besides, I already know Cozy Glow is going to be the villain, so I really got no spoilers, really. I was curious about Cozy Glow since the embassy met Cozy. He pretended to be dying or something. Of course. What happened to Cozy's parents? Who knows? They probably died, and she probably killed them. I like how Discord fell to the ground when the vines disappeared. Like how, yeah, Discord can still be caught off guard. He may be a powerful being, but all powerful beings has a type of weakness to them, and that makes sense. Good job. I mean, crying about something, dying about something, crying or something. Sorry, it's fine. Once we reach the 3-hour mark, we ought to end this. I actually did not expect this to get this long. I did not expect this to be an actual thing that people would actually gravitate toward. Oh man, my voice is starting to hurt. I gotta do this more often. Are you excited for Generation 5? Hell yeah. I'm excited for Generation 5. If it's gonna be revolving around, if they're gonna add things to Generation 4 and make this whole new generation, but with new innovations, I can definitely get behind it. Definitely. Now, what's the next change my mind I'm gonna do? What's like another change my mind? I need to come up with more of these. These are fun. In Discord and Bill is that one can that world while not being present, while Discord requires eye contact. I forgot who created Tirek. Tempest and the Storm King. What about Tempest and the Storm King? Tempest was a fine villain for the movie. Storm King was idiot. And really, I really wish he was just replaced with Tempest. Tempest was just the villain, quintessence of the villain. I want your magic. That's it. Well, I'm about to go on this. Like, she wasn't trying to work for anyone, and her goal was actually repair herself because she feel like that. And that makes sense. And I feel like that's a very noble way of doing it. Storm King just kind of ruined it. Weirdness wave. Well, okay. Well, yeah, we're about to end things off then. Things are about to be, just about to, I need to take a break. I got class in like 3 hours. Luckily, okay. Oh, right. Hold on. I was going to do this. Hope you like looking at forever.
There we go. Okay. I've been working on something, and I'm trying to make a JoJo intro with MLP. Don't know if how many people are gonna gravitate toward this, but this is what I have so far, and that's about it. So, yeah, I think this is a nice little area to end things off in. And while I'm here, why not? Here's that Bowsette picture I was telling you about. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, college is a nightmare, and I'm gonna get ready for that too. I have no idea of the quality level of this thing, but here we go. Hi, there's two of me. And boop. Okay. Down to turn Discord. Eyes contact. Okay. It's affected. Well, that's acknowledged. If you just say the word. Okay. Bye. All right. See you later. Thanks for being so civil. No problem. I'm all about being civil, dude. I played Grand Theft Auto and I did a full true pacifist mode on it. Oh man, I don't like making people angry. Not on purpose. No, it's interesting differences Discord. All right, well, we're gonna end things off. See you guys next time. I don't know if the next live stream is gonna be revolving around Cozy Glow and whatever she's gonna be doing in the season finale, or maybe another Change My Mind segment, because these are actually pretty fun. So